Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to League Wide Wednesday. Let me know. Guys, thank you so much for coming through. Please hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. You can find League Wide Wednesday for the season at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. So thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Hit that like button. What up, Ronnie in the building? Welcome. Chef Jew, one of the awesome members. Thank you so much. The ambassadors here. Thank you. Yes, Color will be in about 5 minutes or so. Ronnie, you and I, man, I miss him too. I miss him too. Uh, I just can't anymore. I just can't. Sorry, guys. Oh, it gets to me every time. It gets to me every time. I don't know what to say anymore, man. I don't know what to say anymore. It's just, I just can't. Skylar. Skylar. Anyways, folks, if you're just coming in, if you're brand new to the show, welcome, guys. We're definitely discuss the entire league. He's not going to be the only one. God, I know, but I actually like Skylar. So great show in the morning, Miss Finn. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Chef Jew. So, guys, as you can see, obviously, we're gonna be doing League Wide Wednesdays every Wednesday night for the regular season. Come check that out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you. We're doing our recaps, our reviews, our impact players like we do every week. This week, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we're gonna be working on the wild card weekend recap. We're gonna be discussing the divisional week weekend review and talking about our um impact players. But again, guys, thank you so much for coming through. You can catch every single you can catch every single League Wide Wednesdays over here on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Man, listen, before we get started, because I know we're gonna be discussing the entire league. This wild card weekend was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I'm not even gonna lie. Um. Oh Lord. Oh. Jesus. It's too much light. Okay. Well, and God said, "Let there be light." Poof. It's a little much. Oh my God. I gotta work on this puppy. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit too bright for us, or at least for me. So bear with me. Let's see here. Mm. Anyways, I think that's better. Mm. Yeah, we'll stick to this for now. But guys, listen, the entire year has been kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. As far as when you're dealing with this wildcard weekend, there were some of the wins that I was like, "Is this for real?" But yeah, it was great. Ronnie, but you're a Vikings fan. Sorry for your loss, bro. But y'all lost too. Just say you guys lost too. It happens, dude. It happens. You'll survive. I promise. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. I know there's a lot going on every single Wednesday, but guess what? You have tonight. Honestly, I kind of forgot. Um, there's some presidential stuff, but Hey, we're about to beat the president. There you go. So definitely we're gonna be previewing, like I said, the game and talk about wildcard weekend. Yes, Sam was seeing ghosts. That was crazy to me. I do not understand how Sam Darnold had back to back awful games to end the season. He literally cost himself over $100 million in contract, which is sad. Which is sad. I'm telling you right now. It is 1000% sad. But hey, gotta deal with what you gotta deal with, that's for sure. Um Anyhow. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. I'm gonna do it this way first. Let me present real quick. Boom, baby. So let's start out with the very first game that shocked everybody. The Chargers game. At no point was I expecting the Texans to beat the Chargers. I'm just being honest, people. I wasn't. I was expecting for the Chargers to win. That defense has been playing good all year, and they were giving teams problems as an offense too. So nowhere did I see that the Chargers offense was going to have such a collapse. This was absolutely the Chargers offense the reason why they lost. They could not get the ball down the field. They couldn't get anything going. So for me, it was actually very interesting that the Texans won, but you got to give it to the Texans, that young team and their head coach. Back to back years with a rookie quarterback, win the division, get into the playoffs, and win a playoff game. I mean, the next round, nobody's expecting them to win versus the Chiefs, but I mean, at this point, can you imagine if the Texans actually did beat the Chiefs? The whole world would be so happy. hmm The whole world would be so happy because we wouldn't have to see the Chiefs be the ones to actually be there. So believe me when I tell you, I'd be just as happy. So that was the Chargers. That was the Texans game. Actually, you know what? I can go into this game a little bit because if you take a look at it, it's only what, 4 games we gotta really talk about. Not that many. This is what I mean, guys. The offense had such a horrible time to push the ball through. They just couldn't get the ball through. And here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what lost them the game. Justin Herbert, I know a lot of people want to talk about, between him to this and that, but 4 interceptions, dude, you're not doing your team any service, none whatsoever. You are hurting your team royally by having 4 interceptions. See, you, teams and people might not win the game, right? But you also can't be the reason why your team loses. And guess what? Their team is absolutely losing. So for me, say, man, I don't know what to say. This is hilarious to me. This is absolutely hilarious to me because you would have thought that maybe perhaps this was Justin Herbert's coming out party, coming to some or going against somebody or a team that's pretty comparable to them. They have similar records, 11-6, 10-7. Nope, not at all. So for me, yeah, I found that to be Not looking good for Justin Herbert. Only fanning the flame of, you see, he was never good. He's a bum. Tua Tagovailoa is so much better. Stop, people. Stop. We're not doing that to ourselves, okay? J.K. Dobbins, man, he tried his hardest, but they were just stopping the run. Joe Mixon over 100 yards, obviously the tutty. He made it happen too. Nico Collins, man. Nico Collins was catching everything pretty much thrown to him. I will give him this, though. They found a rookie tight end that they could be proud of in Lad McConkey. That young man, I'm telling you right now, that young man is the truth. To me, he's going to be one of the top rated tight ends moving forward. If he can continue to develop, if he can continue to do what he's been doing, watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. He's going to be a fun guy to talk about. And guess what? Chargers were favored. Apparently, Chargers, we're talking smack, and they got smacked around. Both teams turned it over, but Texas still won most yardage, most first downs, and least amount of turnovers. They also won the time of possession. It was horrible for them. It was horrible for the Chargers. Texans took over this. They didn't give it back, and they didn't care. Texas intercept Herbert for a career high fourth time in a 32-12 win over Chargers in wildcard playoff. Mm. Derek Stingley was all over the field, says the Texans aim to force 3 turnovers a game. Good for them. Good luck to them too. I'll tell you that. That was a fun game. The game that I thought though was gonna be like, ooh, game of the, let me tell you something. It's actually kind of funny. The Chargers Texans game was semi boring. Steelers Ravens game was semi boring. Eagles Packers semi boring. Even Broncos Bills was boring. The only exciting game, not even Vikings Rams, that was boring too. The only exciting game this entire weekend was Commanders and Buccaneers. That was it. No other game was better than that game. Every other game was boring. I was like, oh God, I'm falling asleep. Like someone help me. But man, I don't know what happened to Russell Wilson, man, but Russell Wilson led the Steelers down. Jackson and Henry led the way for the Ravens to run over their rivals, Steelers 28-14 in the AFC playoffs. Just it was just bad, man. The Steelers couldn't buy a positive possession. It was so bad. Russell Wilson still got his little 230s. The game was still reachable. It wasn't like, I get it, they doubled them up in, 24-14, but if you really take a look at it, the Ravens game was still reachable. What up, LA Rams in the building? One of our awesome members. Hit the like, guys. Yes, guys, hit the like button. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Listen, the game was still within reach. Even in the third quarter, even at halftime being 21-0, you could have thought, oh man, it's over. They scored 14 points in the third, 14-21. Then they scored another touchdown, the Ravens, to make it 14-28. You still have a whole other quarter. The game was still there. It was still reachable. But mhm, not not at all. Not at all what I was expecting. I really thought it was going to be a little bit more, I don't know, more back and forth, kind of like the Tampa Bay and Commanders game was. That game was back and forth. At no point in that game did you know who was gonna win. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. Let's go. Let's go. I thought it was so exciting. But then you're looking at it and you're like, yo, Russell Wilson is having a bad game, and he really did have a bad game. At honestly, he didn't look comfortable at all in the pocket. The Ravens were coming after him every single time. And I'm surprised that the Steelers defense kept falling for the handoff by Lamar Jackson. TJ Watt, his assignment, and I spoke to my brother who's a Steelers fan and a DB. He was saying how um it was his job to stop Derrick Henry, right? Okay, cool, cool. But it's like like the Ravens played the exact same play. Lamar with Henry either to his hip or realistically behind him, fake the handoff, and like literally I saw like 5 times TJ Watt would come off the edge, bite on the Henry handoff, and Lamar would just take it and go around him to the outside to either throw for the quick out or or throw the post or whatever route the outside wide receiver was running. And I'm like, or he would run it himself. Like, I'm like, who could beat this? What team can beat this? It was a showcase like no other. I'll tell you this. I think probably the best thing that could happen to the Ravens is that they came together right now at the end of the season. Besides having not having Zay White because obviously he got injured, this was possibly the best thing that could have happened for them. LA Rams says Eagles 27, Rams 30. You never know, dude. You never know, but I get it. You're a Rams fan. I get it. But if you take a look at it, you're almost like, holy smokes. Like, it was just a bad game, man. It was a bad game by Russ. To me, Russ is the reason why they lost that game. What do you mean, Miss Finch? He went 20 for 29, 230, 270, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, but in the important moments where he needed to make plays for his team, he kept taking sacks, not throwing the ball away, and putting his team in horrible positions with third and 18, third and 20. And you're like, what? What? And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he also fumble the ball? Let's check. No, he didn't. Lucky. Lucky. To me, bad game by him. And I'm not surprised that they lost. Not at all. Then you got this that's the Saturday night games, right? Or Saturday games. Sunday games, we got 3 of them. We got Broncos, Bills, Eagles, Packers, Bucks, Tampa Bay. Broncos Bills was actually a very good game in my opinion. Everything that I thought this game was gonna be it ended up happening. And I said, if the Broncos can manage to keep if they can manage to keep the Bills to low scoring game, they might have a shot. And they did that first half. The problem was I said it this morning in the AFC show. Sean Payton drew up a great scripted play in that first drive where you saw Bonings, bam, 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 boom, and you saw the arm talent. You're like, whoa, man, this kid got a future. But then after that first drive, Sean Payton just held him back the entire time. I'm like, let the man play. Like, let him throw the ball down the field. He acted as if he was up by 40 points. I'm like, dude, you're only up by 7 points to the Bills who can put up points in less than 30 seconds. Like, what are you doing? It was horrible. And then on top of that, too, you could tell that Denver defense was trying their best to contain Josh Allen. And up to that first half where it ended up being 7-10, guys, it was a horrible turnover. Bills capitalized on that turnover. Oh, where was it? In the second quarter, right? They capitalized in that turnover with that 5 yard rush, right? The game was still 7-10. And then the Broncos got the ball back with enough time for for Bo Nix to put him in a field goal range. And what does their kicker do? Doink on the upper right, on the uprights. And I was like, if that kid would have actually made the field goal and tied it 10-10 going into the second half when the Bills had the ball, then you would have needed to say, ooh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we know Bills are a second half team. They love the second half. No if, ands, or buts. If you know your opponent, you know what they like to do. They like to turn it up in the second half. That Bills defense clamped down, went after Bo Nix, made it uncomfortable in the pocket, and more than anything, they clammed up on in the secondary and not giving him any options at all for him to throw. But the reason was because instead of staying aggressive, Sean Payton went conservative in his play calling. To me, the Broncos, who absolutely could have beaten the Bills, they ended up giving this game away. Period. This game told me more about the failure of the Broncos than realistically speaking of the Bills. Oh, the Bills, 31 like okay, next. It's what they do. Okay, cool. Whatever. It told me more about the Broncos that they had the opportunities and Sean Payton did not take advantage of it. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad, man. That one drive at the beginning of the game was so amazing. But then I don't know, man. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But again, I think the Broncos lost that game more than the Bills won it. I mean, obviously the Bills won it, but Broncos lost that game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then you got Eagles Packers. That game, talk about a snooze fest. Jordan Love completely pooped the bed. You can tell he was not in it. I don't know what it is. Now, I picked the Chargers. I picked the Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Bucks, and Vikings. I went 3-3. Not bad. Okay, 50%. Um, I just can't understand why they couldn't move the ball, man. Hurt tosses two touchdown passes. Goddard throws three stiff arms to lead Eagles past Packers 22-10. I'm telling you, the Packers had no shot whatsoever, man. They made sure that they took care of business, and it was all Eagles all day. Three interceptions by Love. I, I don't know what happened to him, but he was just making bad decision after bad decision. Period. You can't have that. Jalen Hurts, two touchdowns, 131 yards, 13 of 21. He didn't even have like a super stellar game. He just did his job. But Jordan Love gave that game away with all those interceptions. And obviously, we all knew Saquon Barkley was gonna be the main guy. They pretty much just ran the ball the entire game. So I'm not surprised. Josh Jacob did at least was able to move the ball downfield for the Packers, but they had no chance. Reed, 46 yards versus Smith, 55 for Eagles. Eagles were supposed to win. Obviously, they were favored by 3.5 points, but Packers just had no shot whatsoever. I mean, and the main difference was the four turnovers. This right here shows you who won the game. The four turnovers led to that loss. Everything else is pretty much the same. Tale of two halves of the same coin. That's what you get. So now it's gonna be interesting seeing them play in this next round What they're gonna end up doing, I'm not really sure, but we should still see a pretty decent game from the Eagles coming up. Now, as far as the next game, the most exciting game, rookie versus a veteran, Washington versus Tampa Bay. Man, Jaden Daniels, the rookie of the year. I called this after week 4. He's the rookie of the year. 12-5. Took his team as a rookie. Got 12 wins. 12 wins as a rookie. Amazing, 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 amazing gameplay. It was back and forth. Unfortunately, do have to say that it was definitely Baker who lost the game for Tampa Bay with his giveaway. Jaden Daniel leads Commander to first playoff win in nearly 7,000 days. New owners, new GM, new coach, new franchise quarterback. Ah, if only. This game was tit for tat. That is what I have to give that young man. He kept going. He never quit. He kept his composure. And honestly, the numbers, look at the numbers for Baker's 15 of 18, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay, cool. 24 of 35, 268, and 2 touchdowns for Daniel. It was still a really good team. Bucky Irvin, the other rookie, 17 carries, 77 yards. He was pretty good. Mike Evans, he had a couple of drops, and I was like, what happened here? But overall, yeah, I gotta check this out real quick. Buccaneers, man. That Baker fumble was the whole reason why they lost, in my opinion. That Baker fumble absolutely cost them the game. It's the only thing that you could really equate to because everything else matches up as far as the game. Take a look at all the numbers. Like even the receivers, running backs, pretty much everything's the same. And Buccaneers at home were favorite, right? Like pretty similar in first downs. Commanders had a little bit more total yards, but that one turnover made the difference. And that Tampa Bay defense was on the field for 35 minutes. It's tough to ask a defense to be doing that for that long. They did everything to give opportunities to Tampa Bay offense, but unfortunately, they weren't able to make it happen. And you had that not so good outcome. That's all I gotta say. It definitely wasn't a good outcome at all for them. And then we had the last but not least, the last game of Monday Night Football. The last Monday Night Football. The NFC wildcard game had to be moved to Arizona due to the wildfires LA was going through. Talk about the Minnesota offense, man. Sam Darnold, just like Ronnie said, Sam was seeing ghosts. Guys, Sam Darnold couldn't find any of his receivers. Not one of his receivers. And I was like, what is going on with this man? Not one of his receivers, guys, could he find. I almost was like, this can't be, can it? It was such a bad thing. It really was a bad thing. It was just unbelievable to me. It was unbelievable to me. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't understand why on earth, in my opinion, you saw you saw him do what he did. He couldn't to save his life at all find any of his and it was sad. You almost just saw like he did so great all season long to then poop the bed right at the end. Sam Donald tried to step up in the pocket to find the receiver, but there was nowhere to go. The blue and yellow wall that was the LA Rams defense closed fast. That's one other thing. They were coming after Sam Darnold. I will give that defense of the LA Rams. They didn't let this man at all get comfortable in that pocket. That defense was coming after Darnold the entire time. Holy smokes, it was bad. It was bad. But you know what? I'm not even surprised whatsoever. And then you have the offense being as efficient as it was for the Rams. You're almost like, yeah, I don't see Minnesota making it happen. I mean, literally, Sam Darnold couldn't find a way to make this happen whatsoever. Matthew Stafford, 209 yards, two touchdowns to the 245 yards, and one touchdown, one interception for Sam Darnold. He just kept missing his players. It, it was actually kind of frustrating as a fan, as a football fan. I wanted it to be a back and forth game, kind of like how the Tampa Bay game was. Man, what a game! I mean, I wanted Tampa to win, but I was okay with the Commanders winning if they earned it, and they did. But man, shoot, are you kidding me? Ridiculous. Who's bad? Who's bad? Who's bad? Sam Darnold completely let Minnesota down in the last two games. Lost the number one seed. Lost the division. Ended up fifth, and then ended up getting beat to a pulp. Like it was horrible. And the two turnovers, clearly, everything else is kind of similar. The two turnovers, that's the reason why Minnesota lost. That's the reason why Minnesota lost. So I'm not even surprised. And guess what? A lot of people are saying, don't be surprised if the Rams make that sneaky move to, winning it. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I mean, I almost wanna I'm almost like, man, this is gonna be crazy. Look at this bracket. Now you got the AFC. The AFC is crazy right now. You got um, Chiefs, Texans. Obviously, we're gonna talk about that game in the AFC. Kansas City, obviously favored by 8.5. You got Bills, Ravens, Baltimore favored by 1, but realistically speaking, you got in the NFC, you got Lions Commanders. That's gonna be a good game. Rookie veteran, who comes out of it? And then Eagles Rams. Like you couldn't get better matchups in my opinion. I mean, it would have been nice to have seen Eagles Vikings, but Eagles Rams is also a great matchup. So let's get into these matchups coming up here, guys, as far as the games are coming. So just gave you the wild card weekend recap. Let's talk about the divisional round review. Now, this divisional weekend is going to be interesting. You got Saturday games, you got Sunday games, guys. There's only 4 more games left in the season. That's it. So, because of that, let's go ahead and recap this puppy. I mean, review this game coming up. So, Saturday, guys, we've got 2 games going on. Texans at Chiefs. That game is at 4:30 on ABC and ESPN. Kansas City's favored by 8 points. The over/under on that game is 41.5. That should be a lot of fun. That's all I'm saying. Should be a lot of fun to watch. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? That's gonna be pretty dope. Now, Do we think that the Texans have any shot at um, beating the Chiefs? Let's be real, guys. The answer is no. Stop it. I know Texas fans was like, but we have a shot. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. You don't have a shot at winning this game. You don't. But uh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. If I think it would be insane. What if the Texans really managed somehow, some way to make that happen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody coming through over here to League Wide Wednesday with myself and my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for coming through. As you can see, we're doing our recap for Wildcard Weekend, man. And this one's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good one. What up, Color? Talk to me, man. How
What's
you doing?
up, Miss Vince? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Oh,
can.
well, that extra 5 minutes turned into a little longer. And I got home and my net was out, but Comcast has been doing work for the past couple of days,
You know, it's
inconveniently.
crazy. I
So
can see that. I can see that.
I only expected 5 minutes, but apparently it's been 40. Time flies in Florida.
The what?
Time flies in Florida.
Yeah, it does. But you know what? I
That's why
can
we're late for
appreciate that.
everything.
I can appreciate that. I really can. You know what I mean?
I missed you last
Um,
week. I was ready to go. I'm like, where's Miss Fins? Miss Fins, Miss
dude,
Fins, Miss Fins.
when I tell you,
Wild card. We missed wild card weekend.
we kind of did, but
How'd you like
not
that action?
really.
It was good, huh?
It was we kind of did, but we didn't.
By the way,
The
I
what?
didn't finish in 14th place in the pick'em,
What did you finish at? I
like
haven't even
12th
looked at
or
it.
like 12th or something.
I'm so proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
76%, not too bad.
That's
And by the
dope.
way, I figured out that that's actually the percentage is what percentage of the possible points you could have accrued, not your winning percentage.
Okay, look at you. Watch out, peeps. I had no
Yeah.
idea. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because I'm thinking, how could somebody have a 98% winning percentage? That's almost impossible. But it was that they accrued 98% of the possible points to accrue.
Okay, of the ones that they actually ended up picking.
Right, right.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense. So I'm not even surprised by that whatsoever. I don't know if you kind of noticed, we're with the new looks over here. This will be the new look for next year. I'm doing it all for the
Oh,
oh
nice.
yeah. Just trying to, elevate it a little bit. I wasn't sure
It looks
how to
like
put
I'm taking a bite out of your face.
oh yeah. Well, I didn't know how to put both together, so I was like, "Ah, whatever. I'll just leave it like this. I'm still workshopping that to see, how to best put that through, but it is what it is at
Yeah,
this point.
it just takes a little back
Yeah.
and forth, a little haggling.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm just doing that. Obviously weeknights,
So did
everything
I
we
miss
do.
any of the games so far?
So
Or
I
we got
literally
catch
went
up?
through the recap, but now I'm getting into the preview. We literally just started with the first one, and that
Did you
was
did you end up doing a playoff bracket on ESPN? They got the playoff bracket, the
no,
pigskin bracket challenge.
They did? Ah, no,
Yeah,
I didn't do
yeah,
that.
I did one. I got actually I did two because I
You did?
started.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think because I started a group and I didn't send out any invites. Uh,
That's awesome,
that
dude.
one's busted anyway.
Oh, well, who did you pick?
Well, I had the Texans. I don't know why I had the Texans to move through, but it gave me an X for that. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe you didn't do it in time? I don't know.
No, no, no. The Chiefs and Texans. That's who I picked. Oh no, no, that was the other bracket where I picked LA. Okay, that was my hedged bracket. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me go to the one that might still be have some action on it. Hold on.
Might still have some action.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well,
I want action tonight.
well, all
Satisfaction.
I know is that
Oh, that one was even worse.
I actually did my own pick'ems. I picked the Chargers, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Bucks, Vikings. And I got three. I went 3-3. So
Oh, well, good for you.
yeah, I don't know what did you go last week?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I thought the Chargers were gonna. I thought the
I
Texans were
picked
gonna collapse. I didn't. Yeah, I
really?
didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I picked the Chargers too. A lot of people did actually. A
And
lot of people did.
I think I picked the Bucks, which,
I,
by the way, didn't turn out to be a bad pick. That was probably the game of the week, in my opinion.
oh, it was
And
the best game. Period. Every other game was so boring. Oh
and
my
that was
god!
that game, that Commanders Bucks game was what a playoff game is supposed to be like. That was what they're
It
all
was
supposed to be
it
like.
was back and forth. You didn't know who was winning. I was like,
You remember when we were
what?
kids? Remember when regular season games used to be like that in like week 6?
Yeah, and
There
you're
was
like, what?
already there was already so much on the line by week 6 and 7, you know what I mean? That you'd have
Yeah.
games like that during the regular season.
I think they need to spread those divisional games out.
Yeah, I
I
just hope
understand
it
why they
don't
did
ever
it,
get
but
like basketball where nobody really cares about anything but the playoffs.
it could happen. It absolutely could
I know.
happen.
Well,
That would be horrible.
when we accept the things going on in Miami, I mean that's what happens, Miss Fins. Is like nobody cares, and oh, it's just regular season, and you
Yeah,
know.
like most people are not watch like literally like I don't even watch regular basketball anymore. I just watch whenever the playoffs start. That's it. I said that now this past year, obviously because of my girl. You know who?
Hmm. Well,
The baby goat, Caitlin
you know
Clark.
what would solve that?
What?
Relegation, and with the UFL coming up, they could relegate teams just like they do in soccer. Be like, look, you want to go 1-16, you want to tank, you're going to have to sit out for an extra year because well, you tanked and you're the worst in the league, and you didn't meet the standards of winning 7 ball games. Let's say, guess
Yeah.
what? Now Birmingham gets your spot in the NFL.
Oh, so you're talking about like uh
Relegation,
like
relegation.
English like
Yeah, yeah,
soccer
relegation.
where
If
they
you
do
can't live
different
up to the
tiers or whatever.
standards, then another team comes in. You know what I mean? Takes your spot until one another one fails.
Mm.
So if you want to tank in the NFL, you're going to have to sit out until somebody else tanks. How about that?
Yo,
Love it.
that would be very interesting in my opinion. That would be very interesting. But look, I'll tell you this. I think that these might be better games coming up this week than last week. Every game was just bad. I think the expectations were so high,
Hmm.
but the letdowns were worse than just a regular, game. They were bad. The
Well, the
letdowns were
wild
like
card really does
well
end up
below.
showing you who the frauds are, you know? I mean, it really does.
I just It hurts me to see the Vikings go down the way they did with Sam Darnold, man. The dude
Right.
practically had an $150 million 4-year contract in the bag. And in 2 weeks, he lost over 150 million, over 100 million guaranteed, dude. That's the type of contract. I'm like, bro, you were about to get paid and you crap the bed in the last 2 weeks. I understand losing sometimes. Hey, the opposing team is gonna be better than you.
Right.
But it was so bad because
Well,
it was the
you know what?
offense that was bad.
You know what though, Miss Fins, it illustrates exactly what I've always said about the difference between a playoff contender and a Super Bowl contender.
Mhm.
So the
Right.
Buccaneers lost, right? But I would say to you, the Buccaneers are still a Super Bowl contender. The Vikings are a playoff contender. When you get blown out like that in the wild card round, that's all you built your team for was to compete in the playoffs. You didn't build a team to compete for the Super Bowl. The Bucks did. Now they lost to another team that built themselves to be a Super Bowl contender. And it was a fantastic game.
It
Whereas the
really was.
Vikings, they were never Super Bowl contenders. They were only playoff contenders. You
Oh
see the
man.
difference? Both teams lost.
Hmm.
One is a Super Bowl contender, one's not. Even if the Bucks never get to the Super Bowl with this team, they're still a Super Bowl contender because of the way they
Yeah,
carried themselves and played last week in the wild card round in a loss at
I
home.
agree.
Like that proves you're supposed to be there.
I'll tell you. What's up, AB in the
It was like
building? JP again in the building. What's up, guys?
It's like watching two great boxers go at each other. You know what I mean? You didn't like one. Oh, this guy's knee touched the mat. Oh, then this guy gets knocked down, and they both, both get to a 9 count, knocking each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen.
Just an
Chargers,
absolute slugfest.
Texans,
Loved it.
boring game. Steelers, Ravens, my God. Boring. The exciting part was the Ravens. The Ravens made it exciting. Steelers, defense made
Mm,
it exciting.
mm.
The Steelers offense, Russ, man, hurt. Then Broncos almost had it, but they lost it because of their head coach playing conservative. Moron. He should have been aggressive and kept going and putting it down their throats. So that's what it is. Packers, Eagles. I didn't even watch the game to be honest. Oh no, I'm lying. I did barely watched it. I had it on, but I was like talking to my brother and I'm like, yeah, this game is is whatever. But that Commanders Buccaneers, even the Vikings Rams, almost kind of hurt me watching the Vikings Ram because I really wanted the Vikings to succeed, and Sam to
Mm-hmm.
really like show that he could do it. But man,
I tell you what,
by
Miss
far
Smith.
the best game, Bucks Commanders. Period.
I tell you what, though, there's something brewing.
Where?
There's something brewing.
Where?
Something brewing in Arizona. Do not. I'm telling you right now that there's one team in the playoffs that nobody wants to face, not even the Chiefs, and that's the LA Rams.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
Miss
Okay,
Fins,
finish.
I hate to sound all, conspiratorial, but do you remember
It's gonna be a good game.
2001 Patriots?
Yes, I do. That's Vinatieri was on there. Teddy Bruschi was on there
Right.
too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You know, the night
Um,
that we were all patriots. You know that one? Yeah.
of course. I mean,
And then do you remember
come
the
on, man. It was
the guy we
September
always
11th,
talk
bro.
about? Sean Payton lost the other day, but the guy we always talk about, Drew Brees, New Orleans Saints. Everybody remember who that is?
Ooh, yeah.
Everybody remember what year they won the Super Bowl?
2009.
And what happened in 2009?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was the same year that Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans and Louisiana as a whole,
And the Superdome.
and the Superdome. Yeah.
And who won
I,
the Super Bowl?
it was the
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, check your odds. I'm checking right now. Okay. I don't know if they have it or not. Super Bowl winner, Los Angeles. Ooh, interestingly enough, only plus 1750 now, Miss Fins, to win the
Put
Super
some
Bowl.
money on. Put some. Wait. So if
But,
I
but I would
if
have
you're
expect,
looking,
but I would have expected that team to be the one that is plus 5,000 instead of the Houston Texans, or plus 3,000 instead of the
yeah,
Commanders. Don't think for a second that the odds makers are not taking into consideration the sob story that's forming in LA. And not to call it, not to relegate it just to a sob story, but just to say how the
dude, I
NFL would
know what you
utilize
mean.
it. You know what I
It's
mean?
when the entire it's the same thing. I mean, it kind of almost
I
happened with Tampa
mean,
Bay too. Look at Tampa Bay with Brady. Although the team was already a quarterback away, but
yep,
that same year we also had a hurricane that
yep,
devastated the area. So
yep.
I'm telling you,
I mean, look,
I get it, dude.
you got $10 you want to turn into 170. There you go. Throw it on the Rams
And if you
to
put
win the Super
100,
Bowl.
it'll be 1,700, right? Like that's how that works.
1750, yeah.
Seventeen
It'll be
fifty bucks.
$170.50 if you bet 10.
What up, Sal?
And it'd be
This is
1750 if you bet 100.
or 1,000 would be 17,500 then.
Correct.
So Sal makes a good point, and I think this is the main reason why they won and they won the way they won. This and I said this
That's
maybe
what
like
makes it
four,
believable, Sal. Go ahead. Sorry, Miss Vince.
no, you're good. It's the fact they got back Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua have been healthy for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And they've been quietly kicking butt, ladies and gentlemen. They have been quietly kicking butt where you're like, I don't know, man. Like they're doing something, you know what I mean?
hmm
This is now a complete team where their offense, which is what they were missing, mostly. They had like no weapons. But now you got a Super Bowl quarterback winning head coach, QB,
And
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 most of the team
and most
was
is
with
still the same.
that Super Bowl team that won. They have the experience of being there.
Exactly, with some key rookies.
hmm
With some key rookies and second year guys. That to me, yeah,
I mean,
this
if you really want to, if you want to look at it like, you know, like stock investing, or like, like you're trying to pick an entry point and an exit point, and you're looking at support and resistance
Mhm.
lines and all that, the two Super Bowl champs for the last 5 seasons are in the playoffs, and that is the Rams and the Chiefs. It's not like these two don't need to settle a score as being the two perennial Super Bowl winners
and
recently.
and
You
if
know
you
what I
look
mean?
at and if
I
you
mean, you
look
got the
at
Bucks too, but the Bucks had Brady. I mean, that was a
yeah,
whole thing. You know what I mean?
but in the last 4 years, who also
It's
has been in the Super Bowl, the
yeah,
Eagles have also been there.
right,
You
right,
see what I
right.
mean?
Yep.
Like, so you're talking about three out of the last, what is it, 8 teams that have been there already?
hmm
Like,
Yep.
this is gonna be good. This is good stuff right here. So, hey, it's a great transition to get into um our divisional round preview, divisional week preview, guys. But hit that like button for us, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. Dude, Texans Chiefs. Let me pull it up because again, it's only like 6 games. If I don't mind, we can do it. You got Houston 10-7 going into Kansas City, who's 15-2, who should be 6-11, but whatever. 4:30 this Saturday, guys. Chiefs are favored by 7.5 points. Over under 41.5 points. I don't know why this thing says even, but you're gonna have to explain that to me. I don't get it, but it is what it is.
Even means that even odds,
Then how are they favored by 7.5 points then?
because that's not the actual money line and spread. That's like the special. You know what I mean? That's not the ones in the box are the actual ones.
Okay, got it. All right,
But the
perfect.
even means that if you were to take that bet, that minus 7.5, your odds would be even. So you would make, you know, your money back pretty much.
Okay. So look at Sal saying Bigo turned on Tua killing him the other day. That's interesting.
It means if you took that bet 100 times, you'd break even.
Got it. Okay, so 50-50 essentially.
Pretty much.
Got it. Joe Reese wants to know Culler, where TFTG been? Not gonna lie to you. Can I have a seat?
We are
You're in prison?
you know some of us are taking care of their you know health issues, but our fearless leader is actually pretty much rebuilding and gonna uh kind of re-debut his studio and all kinds of great show features that are coming up, and he has got the
Oh,
equipment. It has been delivered, and he is diligently setting everything up
he's
for
reimagining.
the new and improved, reimagined El Capitan and the Phins tailgate coming soon, very soon, probably within the next day or two.
Okay. I'm not
Um,
gonna lie to you. I was like,
Likely starting with calling one of the playoff games Saturday.
good
I'm
because
hoping.
I was like, where are the boys? Like, I was waiting to like hear from y'all. You know what I
I'm
mean? Like,
hoping
what's
all.
going
I'm
on?
hoping all. I haven't talked to Cap today, but I'm hoping he's already started. Unboxing stuff and getting stuff set up and testing out software and
You
things like
should
that.
film it and add it as a bonus for members and stuff. The
Yeah.
unboxing.
For myself, I just been in a lot of pain lately. I'm really trying to battle through this arthritis and you know, uh, take care of some things that I have to deal with to make sure that I can feed myself for the rest of my life. Things like that. But look, it's taxing, man. I don't know what else to even
I get
say
it,
right
dude.
now about the team. I mean, it's minutia season because we're obviously just settling with what we got, and you know, I just feel like I'm in this I don't know, I'm in this spot where I feel like the only thing we can do is just wait and see what happens. you know,
That's exactly how I feel sometimes.
most of what we talk about has just become so redundant and so repetitive anymore. It's just because nobody wants to get it, and the team they just want to give us what they want to give us, and we have to
And
accept it.
raise ticket prices by
Yeah.
$1,600, and you're like,
Yeah, speaking
for
of, the
real?
deadline for purchasing your season tickets is Friday.
Friday. Yep. Are you doing it?
No, I have to call them tomorrow to make sure my card don't get charged.
Well, they got good games though. Ravens, Bengals.
Oh, I'll go to a game, but I'm going a la carte is just cheaper. It just is.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. It really is. I've been finding tickets, except the last game. I don't know why Niners game. People just refuse to lower their prices. I'm like, you're nobody's gonna buy your ticket. Lower your freaking
And
prices.
that's been a long time
And they
since the
kept,
Niners have been in South Florida.
yeah. But then there were so many tickets still available
I
by the
think
time the game started.
the last time was when Kiko blasted Colin Kaepernick. Remember?
Oh, I remember.
I think that
It
was
was a
the
great
last
game.
time the Niners were in town.
It was a great game. But let's go ahead. Talk about this Chiefs Texans game. Do they have a shot? 37% to 63%. Yeah, nobody's really taking CJ Stroud and the Texans with Joe Mixon, who's questionable, to go into Arrowhead, right? When it's going to be 24 degrees, cloudy at 4:30 in the afternoon. What are you thinking? Mm?
It's my
Why do
upset of the
you?
week. I think it gets done right here and now. I think they get stunned right out the gate.
Beautiful. Thank
I think that
God.
Houston defense can keep Patrick Mahomes in that squad at bay, and I think that Joe Mixon is gonna
He's
uh,
definitely your running back.
well, you know Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon don't like having a tough game. You know what I mean? He don't do that twice in a row. That's Joe Mixon. You know,
Houston, two chances, none and none. That's funny.
I got Houston
Chico
winning.
bless a lot of guys. Remember the Flacco hit? Yeah.
I got Houston winning 20-19.
20-19. Ooh, man, you really are feeling this. I think it's going to be a low
Strike
scoring
while
game,
the
too.
iron's hot, Miss Fins. No other upset's going to be more
23,
gravy than this one.
22. Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. You just can't go against conventional wisdom, guys. I mean, they're the defending champs back to back. And what they have something that no other team has.
Taylor Swift.
No. I was going to say the refs in their pocket. Nobody else has the refs in their pocket like they do. I'm just saying. No way, but you never know. Any given Sunday, I will tell you that. Any given Sunday. Could CJ Stroud step up and play the game? He's going to have to play a game of his life for this to be the case. He would have to like overly perform himself. Swift in your pocket is more powerful. Yeah. That would definitely be, in my opinion, he would have to outperform himself. Not Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
this
He's
is the
gonna have to
game where you
perform
have a
himself.
chance to show
Yeah.
that you're
You belong.
special, that you're Patrick Mahomes special. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're going
Because
to have to be to win this game.
everybody has been clowning on CJ Stroud. That's
Yep.
sophomore slump. Oh, he's not that good this
And
year.
something strikes me about the guy. I know there's the whole crying thing and all that. I don't, whatever. And he's got this really young looking, like immature face. You know what I mean? But the guy is composed. The guy is solid. The guy is like cerebral. You know what I mean? I mean, the
Yes.
dude, I don't think he's going to be up. I don't think he's going into this. Oh my God, it's a chance to upstage Pat Mahomes. No, he knows that his opponent is the Kansas City Chiefs defense. He just strikes me as that type of guy. That's just like, yeah, whatever. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm CJ Stroud. I'm here to, you know what I mean? I'm I'm from OU.
Oh, you. Hey, maybe. Jim again says the Chiefs are loaded. They are loaded.
OU. The Ohio State. I'm sorry,
The
the Ohio State.
I called this in the summer Chiefs 3P. Kelsey proposes in celebration. You did say that, Joe. You did say that. That's for sure.
That's so chalky though, Joe.
And I will take it. And I
It's
will
so
love it.
chalky though.
Why not? It's
It's like picking
beautiful.
Tyreek Hill for in your captain spot in a fantasy game. You know what I mean? Like
You're just a hater. You don't love love.
nah, Joe's like exactly. Yep. Play the odds, man. Just take the $80, right? Instead of the 150.
You don't love love, man.
Maybe I need to get Joe to start betting for me.
But yeah, listen, as much as I want the Texans to do it, which I think would be amazing, I just think that the Chiefs just have a little bit too many arrows in their quiver to not
Like what?
come out with the win. What do you mean, like what?
What arrows are you talking about?
Kareem Hunt has been balling out. Obviously, Kelsey. Look. Texans right now have
Ain't a
Wood,
very big
Schultz,
quiver.
Sayer, Mixon. They're all questionable. They're gonna play. Everybody else, they got a lot of guys on IR, but they're still available. Like they still got games available. Now, me personally, I just think that when you got this guy, you kinda already won the game. You're just waiting for the
I
results to
mean,
show up.
poo on him. Old 11 interception having old
You really don't like
crappy
him, do you?
quarterback.
That's funny. You sound very
He
jealous.
always sounds like he's got phlegm in his throat. He
Did
sounds
you
like one
say
of those little
phlegm?
kids that's always drinking a milk box. You know what I mean? Hey, well, it just bothers me. Ugh, it's aggravating.
Dude, you sound super bothered right now,
I'm
which I
just sick of
find
it
it
all.
extra hilarious.
I'm sick of it all. I'm just done with Kansas City thing. They didn't do us no solid.
Yeah, that
Like
part, yeah, they can suck
the
it. I mean,
luster is off. I've been to Arrowhead. I don't need to go there again. I only got to be there once.
yeah, that was kind of lame how they didn't even try. Like they didn't
They
even
didn't,
try to
they
not
didn't even give
try.
me a
It was,
complimentary hot chocolate or nothing. It was like 19 degrees.
dude, they didn't even score. Like it was such a bad game. JT says, "I get my predictions from The Simpsons." I love it. Uh
Not a bad
Bills Chiefs. The
predictor.
world. Nobody wants this Super Bowl. Literally nobody. Nobody except Bills and Chiefs fans. That's it.
I
So
want Rams and somebody.
I want Ravens Lions. Period. That's it. Ravens Lions. Let's get her done. That's the one. But yeah, ladies and
Matt
gentlemen, I think
Stafford revenge game. Oh, it's happening.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So that's the Saturday 4 o'clock game. Then you got Commanders. I'm almost mad
There's
that
only
this
one
game
game on Saturday.
two games on
Oh,
Saturday.
okay.
Excuse me,
Oh,
and
the
two on
others in
Sunday.
prime
Yeah. So you got that's the 4:30 game, Texas at Chiefs. Then you got the 8 p.m. game. Oh, that one's on ABC, guys, 4:30. Then you got Commanders at Lions at 8 p.m. on Fox.
Fantastic matchup.
Absolutely.
I hate to say it because I love them Lions, but I think that guy. I just cannot see Jaden Daniels losing. That dude is
It
just.
would be
He's just gonna find a way, Miss Phins. You know what I mean?
and it would be insane if somehow, some way the Commanders found a way to win this game, bro. It would be
Only way
nuts.
they're. I don't want to say it, but the Lions have been known for that type of tackling lately.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the guy is
Uh,
a rookie. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Commanders.
did you see that hit he took on the sideline this week? Like fell flat on his body. Like he looked like he was lay. He was in
I'm
the
not
air. He looked like he
surprised.
was laying on a couch up in the air. He just landed smack on his body.
I'm not
Got
even
right up like it
surprised.
was nothing.
I'm not even surprised, dude. Like, to be honest with you, I'm really not. Let me.
It's like the dude looks so fragile, but he's not.
He's got. He.
You know what I
Ouch.
mean? Like like where does he get the energy to throw that kind of ball he does, man? It's like,
I don't know. All I know is the kid can throw the ball. He can take a hit, and he has such a cool, calm, and collected. And he's
he's like
super
Jameis
collected.
Winston without the interceptions and with
Like
the ability to
he's
run,
good. He's good. I'm telling you.
which means he's nothing like Jameis Winston.
I'm telling you, it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like a fish, except it's a bird. Sorry guys, cheap humor. I got Washington winning this game 28. No, no, no. 35-34 in the new best game of the playoffs until Sunday.
Sorry, it's just Having some technical difficulties here. Give me a second.
This week is like prime for a three dog night. The color commentary, three dog night, three underdog parlay. I'll take the money line on the Commanders, the Texans, and we'll find out who the third underdog in my three dog night's going to be. Coming soon to a Miss Phins segment near you.
Exactly. It's gonna, yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Hopefully, this should be a really good game. This should be the exciting game we're waiting for sure. I mean, Lions are favored by 9.5 points, over under 55.5 points. I don't know if it's gonna be this high of a scoring game though, because the both defenses have actually been pretty good. Both defenses have actually been, I mean, did you see how the defense? That's the one that shocked me the most. The Detroit defense shocked me the most when they went up against the Vikings and the way they were just harassing him. You almost thought it was led by Flores in the way that he does defense. It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. I was very happy with that. I'm telling you.
Jaden Daniels is like defense schmefense.
I don't know, man. That defense is looking good. Do you think it's going to be this high of a scoring game? You think it'll get to the 30s, like a 35-31,
35-34. That's what I got. Commanders.
35-34 Commanders? I got it 35-31. Lions, dude.
Wow. Din 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 din. Bum bum. Bum bum. Din 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 din. Bum bum. Bum bum. Din 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 din. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I got the whole thing down. That's ABC, Monday
Dude,
Night
you
Football.
really do. You really do got it.
I
But this
even got
was
the
on
rejoiner.
Fox.
I even
This
got the
was on
rejoiner
Fox,
from the
though.
commercial. Like when they go right at. Remember, Miss Pins, how bad it was on Monday night with the commercial time in the fourth quarter when they had to eat up the commercials, if especially if it was a close game and they wanted to keep from having to go to commercials towards the end. They would literally go
Yeah.
to a commercial after every single sequence after a score. Like score a touchdown. Dun, 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 dun. They come back, kick the extra point. Dun, 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 dun. Then they come back, kick the kickoff. Oh, they returned it to the 25. Dun, 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 dun. It's like four commercials in a row. It was like, God, it used to be the worst. I used to
Yeah, but
hate
they
it.
had to get paid, so
Yep, yep. And
yeah.
they
Here's a
wondered why
question for
games
you.
were so long. They're like, we got to cut down the overtime. Like, no, you got to cut out the commercials, man. Come on.
Color, you got the Lions cheese going down after the bye?
I'm not sure if it has, Joe. I don't think so. Uh, well, yeah, I got the Lions going out there. I feel like this
Dude,
is
you
a.
literally
I
picked the
feel like this is
Texans
going to
and the
be a divisional
Commanders.
round. After what we saw happen to the Vikings, I think this is going to be a divisional round that takes out some of the big players right away. You know what I mean? Chiefs, Lions, done. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. They just are.
That
No
would be
more chalk.
crazy.
It's the
That would be.
playoffs.
Do you know the last team that was
Anything can happen in the
a
playoffs.
fifth seed, even though there are no more fifth seeds? But do you know the last team as a fifth seed to actually win the Super Bowl? Do you know who that was?
Um, I want to say, mm, well, the Seahawks won their division, so it couldn't be them with their measly 8-8 record, whatever it was. I guess it could be because the playoff format was different. I think back then, maybe I don't know. Seahawks. Could be
Sorry, I
the
was reading
Chiefs.
it. I was reading it. Hold on. So in the NFL, when it expanded to it, the last seed, which is a number 6 seed, excuse me,
That was
ended
my
up
other
being
thought.
Tampa Bay
Brady
in
and Tampa.
2021.
Yeah,
It was
Brady and
Brady
Tampa.
in
Yeah.
Tampa. That's that's the one that did it. Brady in Tampa, and then obviously one before that, it was actually the 2007, um, 2007 Giants. That's crazy to like have it like that. Hey, they just won it within the last 4 years. So it is possible for a lower seed to beat out, and win the Super Bowl. It's just we haven't seen it. Oh, I guess we have seen it in recent years. So this is a Sunday night game. Obviously, you got golf going up against a rookie. Well, the defense, but you know what I mean. Matchup between rookie and veteran. You got Daniels being the leading rusher for that team, which I never like in a team, but it is what it is. And Jameer Gibbs, aka Sonic, out here with 1,400 yards, man. Amon St. Brown versus Terry McLaurin. These defenses are gonna have a tough time because they're literally dealing with some of the best players in their position in the entire league, guys. And both teams are four at least have won at least 4 out of the last 5 games, with Commanders going on a 5 game win streak to end the season. This will be in Detroit, 26 degrees and cloudy. However, we know it's a dome because it's force field, so doesn't really matter as far as weather wise. They are in the dome, so it's gonna be perfectly fine. I just find it very interesting how these two teams are probably gonna end up being the funnest game to watch this weekend, in my opinion. I think this is gonna be like the battle of the battles, kind of similar to how Tampa Bay Commanders ended up being. I can see this game turning out to be the exact same, man, and just battle versus battle. Oh my god, I'm
Unfortunately
so
for Jared
excited.
Goff, he's not Matt Stafford. He doesn't live in LA, and his whole city wasn't affected by wildfires. So that being said, Jared Goff is too hungry for the NFL's taste to be playing the Rams in the NFC Championship game. It is more believable if Stafford and the Rams beat the likes of a rookie and the Commanders and end their run in the championship game than it is for them to defeat the guy who has made it his life's mission to beat the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So I kind of see the refs in the NFL making this one happen for the Commanders, Miss Fins. I just don't see the Lions winning here.
That's crazy. The guy says Washington won 12 games. They seem to figure it out, but Baker sold last game.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, Baker was
That
just like,
last
I
that
ain't having
fumble,
none of
dude.
this.
That fumble, man.
I ain't going out like this again. You know what I mean? And he just,
That was a
man,
horrible fumble, dude. It
I
was the
know,
worst possible time. That
is
Mostert
what it
type of
is.
fumble. Yep. Cost them the game, if we're being
It did,
honest.
but
That's what cost
they're
them the
not even
game.
in that game without him. So
Facts. Facts. So this is what's gonna make this game even more fun to watch.
I just think the added dynamic. If you look at both these defenses being sound, look, I think the Redskins defense is a little better than people actually think it is. Last year, despite us having a day on them, they were having some pretty solid defensive outings last year. In the couple games that I glanced at them, and you got
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, the Lions got a tough D too, but you got that added dimension of Jaden Daniels being able to run. You're going to have a real fast paced, fast twitched defense of the Lions overcommitting, over pursuing, and just giving up 10, 15-yard gashes when they can't. That's what's going to happen. Goff and the offense is going to do everything they can to score enough points, but it just ain't going to be enough. and Daniels is gonna like get a Hail Mary or something to win the game or something like that.
That I mean, it's possibility, guys. It's a
Actually, what's
possibility.
gonna happen is Noah Igbenogany
Igbenogany.
will end the game with an interception.
Pick six. Let's make it better. Pick
Eh,
six.
I see Goff driving down a point, trying to get into field goal range. Noah shuts him out with an interception.
Runs it back for the pick six. I'm sorry. I just love pick
You're
sixes. Like, who
jinxing it.
doesn't?
You're jinxing it, Miss.
Good, because I want the Lions to win, bro. So I
The
don't care.
football gods don't like greedy.
I like the Lions.
Uh,
That's gonna be it, man. I'm
God, can
telling you
you
right now.
imagine if Noah ends that game on national television in a divisional playoff game?
Only to make us look even more like
Oh,
morons.
oh. If I
uh,
was Steven Ross and that happened, I would change my mind. I would be like, I'm sorry, guys. I know what I said, but Greer's out of here, man.
I'm chucking everybody. You know what? You're fired. You're fired.
You're
You're fired. You're fired.
everybody's fired.
Everybody's fired. I would fire the entire team. And I'd do it within the same day. I'd hire security guards, police, make sure everybody, because you don't want, you know what I'm saying? But I'm firing everybody. Eh, sorry, cleaning crew, you gotta go too. Like at this point, everybody's getting fired. Give me someone else.
I mean, it's the most powerful four-letter word in the world. Fire. Or yeah, five-letter if you're having it said to you, you're fired.
True, true. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your 8 o'clock game on Saturday night. Then we got two games on Sunday to
Right.
finish out divisional round. You got Rams, Eagles. Then
Mm,
you also have
mm.
Bills, Ravens. That everybody. Okay,
Give
you
me
got
the Rams in a slaughter fest.
two. You got two good night games, and they did this on purpose. Nobody's gonna be watching this game, Chiefs Tex, unless you're like a fan of like each team. Nobody really cares about that. You know what I mean? But Commanders Lions, oh, the rookie, is he gonna do it again? How far can they go? You know what I mean? The Lions finally are they gonna make it back to the NFC Championship, back to back seasons, and are they gonna finally get to the Super Bowl? Right?
Nope.
Then you got Rams Eagles over here. Rams Eagles who have seen each other already, in the NFC Championship. So, and then you got Ravens Bills who have always couldn't stand each other and have had to play extra hard. And obviously, right now, you got Battle of the MVPs. The narratives are there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. But let's talk about the first game, which is Rams Eagles. You kind of already mentioned what you thought of. So, talk to me. Why do you think of it that way specifically?
Dun, 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 dun. That means you're gonna have to wait 2 minutes for my answer. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, let's see. Yeah, give me the Rams here in a slaughter fest. I like the Rams winning this game 31-17. Eagles don't even get out the gate. They fumble the ball on a tush push. Yeah, it's that bad, Miss Phins.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. I'm right there with you, man. Eagles are favored at home, being that they are the home team, better record, 14-3. Rams are going in there 10-7. Saquon Barkley will be the key, in my opinion. If the Eagles even stand a chance to win in this game, he will open up the pass game for them. If that man goes for over 150, maybe even two. It might even take him having to go to 200 yards this game. But if he is able to do that, which I doubt the Rams are going to let him, he'll get 100 yards. I feel very confident about that. So if you're making your bets, he will go over 100 yards. I don't know if he'll go higher than that, but the Rams defense will definitely target Barkley and make sure he feels every single carry. He's gonna feel, and on top of that too, I don't think that they're gonna allow him to go past a few yards at a time.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's just where I'm at right now. Like it's gonna have to take Barkley and an enormous amount of like um play in order for him to win. That's why I pick him as my Barkley, I misspelled it. As my running back, I think he is going to have to outperform in order for him to win
Mm,
this game, in my opinion.
I know, and I
Ooh, and I
love
already
that
got my
money line.
quarterback.
I love that
I
money
got the
line too.
quarterback. I want to pick Jared Goff as my quarterback, but I'm going with CJ Stroud. I think Stroud will have to play
Mm, good
the
one.
best out of all QBs to beat the Chiefs because that's just an insurmountable kind of mountain. You know what I mean? Like
That's a good
he
one.
would have to outperform, and so for me, he's my quarterback that I'm picking this week. Um, but yeah, tell the people the numbers here real quick.
All right, you got the Rams 6.5 point underdogs, and they will be the third dog in the color commentary. 3 dog night, underdog parlay. Take the money line on all of them. I love it. Plus 230. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I got the Rams, the Texans, and the Commanders on a 3 leg parlay for the 3 dog night of the week. Book it. Free money laying on the ground. Go take it for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, these are not advice, nor are we suggesting anything. This is just all for entertainment purposes. Continue.
All right. Over under on the game is 41 and a half. 43 and a half. I'm sorry. I'm blind. Uh, yeah, I would probably, hmm, I'd take the over on that. Being that I have them at winning 31-17, I think the Rams would cover most of that 43. And if you don't want to take the Rams as a straight underdog, that plus 6.5 is looking gorgeous. I think they easily cover that 6.5.
I actually got the Rams winning this game, and I got them winning 28-24. In my opinion, I think the Rams will be able to get it out again. The only way, literally the only way I see that the Eagles get this win is if Saquon Barkley has to go for like 250, and then, like he himself has to be, you know, like insane. That's the only way I see for them to do it. What's up, Mr. Polk? Welcome, welcome, man. Appreciate you. Good evening, Miss Fins
What's up,
and
Mr.
Color.
Polk?
What's up, man? Mr. Polk in the building. Yes, yes. But that's the only way I got them winning, dude. There's just no way I see Philly being able to, especially with a fully healthy LA Rams. They're back to form to what they were Super Bowl LA
Mm-hmm.
Rams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be tough to beat. And to me, I'm with you. I got the Rams. I think a little bit lower scoring. I got them 28-24. I still got the over, but I still think it's gonna be the Rams coming out with this win. Dang, look at this. Only 35% think that the Rams are gonna win. 65 for the Eagles. They're really expecting a blow. Well, no, I don't want to say a blowout, but yeah, they're expecting a blowout by the Hurts, Barkley, and Brown. versus Stafford, Williams, and Puka Nakua. Like, I don't know what these people are thinking. Like, and this game is gonna be played at Lincoln Financial Field again in Philly. It's gonna be 38 degrees, cloudy, at 3 p.m. This is your first game. It's gonna be on NBC and Peacock, guys. So come check that out. On Sunday, this is your early game Sunday night. It should be very fun to see this game.
Oh, because
Um,
their logo is a peacock. I get it.
yeah, but I thought it was a turkey the entire time.
That's funny. It does
It
kind of look
literally,
more like a turkey.
it looks like a turkey to me, but I get the
Well,
peacock part. No.
back in the day, even before we were kids, uh, they used to literally have like a peacock kind of float in and turn into the logo. You know what I mean? So it made
So it
more
makes
sense
sense.
when they used to do it like that. You know, I've seen old footage of it.
It makes sense. That they actually have a peacock being their name of their, streaming service. So
Yeah,
why
pretty
not?
clever. Some low hanging fruit, but pretty clever. You know.
Now let's
Details
go ahead
review.
and talk about the night game, guys. This is the last game that you're going to see for the divisional round. This game for all the marbles, in my opinion, the AFC winner will come out of this particular game. The Ravens and the Bills. To me, whoever wins out of this game is going to be the winner, and it's going to end up going to the Super Bowl. I see whether it's Ravens or Bills, one of those two teams is making a Super Bowl, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be the Chiefs, even though everybody swears it's going to be the Chiefs. I really don't. So that's just me personally. Joe Riz, how far can a peacock fly? I don't know, but they can run really fast, actually. They are deceivingly extremely fast, but they can fly because I'm not even going to lie to you. Was it last year or the year before? Maybe, yeah, last year, the year, a couple years ago. I'm not even lying to you. In the apartment building that I was in, it was 2 stories, so it wasn't that tall. But I come out of it. I think it might have been like a Saturday or Sunday, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "What in the heck?" I'm hearing something outside my window. When I look, it's a peacock. I'm like, "What is going on?" But I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom, came outside. Guys, I swear to you that peacock ended up in the roof. I'm like, how does this bird fly? Like, and it just stayed in the roof. I'm like, are you sunbathing? Because you could do that anywhere. But where did this peacock come from? I call, man, I call the police. I call animal control. I don't know who else I call. They're like, well, you got to call this number. You got to call that. I'm like, but I have called. Well, it's the weekend, so they're not really available. I'm like, you guys suck. This bird is out here. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's giant and it's up there.
uh,
Like, it was ridiculous, man.
is uh, pretty sure it was thinking the same thing. Like, what am I supposed to do with this human?
Probably because I was the only one outside for some reason at that very moment. And I think because it was a Sunday, nobody picked up. Like, and I'm like, what am I supposed? And the bird just kept walking on the ceiling. I'm like, okay, well, see, I have pictures. I was stunned. It went from my window to the roof, and I'm like, how did you even get up there? Like, it was hilarious. Baltimore's gonna show them again. Rough buff is fluff. What's up, banana in the building? I'm Miss Phins. My wife says hi. Hello. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Bananas. Miss Phins, peacocks are also aggressive. Down here,
Hmm.
they even chase the mailman.
Oh yeah,
Really?
oh yeah. They're very
Oh, I had
territorial.
no idea.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen peacocks before. I even saw peacocks when I went to Israel. Like, they're pretty. They're huge, but
But for
I
some
was like,
reason, this
what?
one scared you into calling animal control.
No,
Control.
I
Oh,
bet because I didn't want it to get injured. Listen,
oh, I see.
peacocks don't randomly. I wasn't scared.
There was a peacock living over there, over by place I used to live for years, and I'd see it all the time, and it never
There are
bothered me.
no wild peacocks, man, in West Broward County. I'm telling you right now,
I bet you
they're
they
not
are.
wild.
You know
They
where they came from? They
they
came from when
probably
they
fell off
created
of someone's truck or
them new cities out in
something.
West Broward. That's where they came from,
Probably because I was so lost. I'm like,
like
they're not.
Parkland. You
Listen,
know,
if you're from Broward County or even South Florida, no, Broward County, ducks are everywhere. You see ducks, you see mama ducks, papa ducks, and a million little duckies
and
behind
don't
them,
forget
right?
the Egyptian geese.
And the geese too, but mostly ducks, dude, especially in the west side of Broward, right? They're always everywhere, and they are protected people. In case you think that
Well,
they're
by the
not, they
way,
are actually
the
protected.
ones with the longer orange legs that are brownish colored, those are the Egyptian geese.
Ah, nice. But these ducks are everywhere, right? They're wild animals, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
But there is no wild peacocks in Broward County. Like they have
Pretty
to
sure
come from
there
like
is.
some. Nah, dude, no, no.
We
My
got to look at
entire life, and
we
I've
got to
never
look at
seen one.
the peacock distribution map around the world and
Man,
see.
dude, it escaped from somewhere. I've never seen in my entire. I've lived here practically my whole life. I've
Now I've only
never
seen the
seen
one.
a
I've only
wild
seen
peacock.
Now, Miss Finns. I've only ever seen the one, but I saw it for years. It was the same one for like 15 years.
Sal says he got attacked on the golf course. They are bad, Mo. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, maybe because they're the peacocks, the pretty ones with the feathers. Those are the guys. So maybe they're like, "Back off, dude." A lot of people mistake them as being the girl, but no, those are the guys showing
Oh yeah,
off so they can attract the ladies. I'm
yeah.
like, okay, you
Most
beautiful
birds,
bird.
the males are the ones with all the color.
Yeah, with all the pretty colors, those are the male peacocks. They're there, they stand and it's like basket my awesomeness, ladies. Come for me. Do they taste like chicken or turkey? Really, Jay? Honestly, I think we're so conditioned with chicken that everything that's not a chicken, except turkey, like we know what turkey tastes like. It's going
Here,
to taste like chicken.
here you go, Miss Finns. Sure, if you want to bring my screen up a second, you're muted.
That's because they're down here scattered in some neighborhoods. Never in my life, sir, have I seen a wild peacock, but that's crazy. Let me add your thing in here. Dude, stop it. What is
That's
this?
the Egyptian goose. There's a billion of them in South Florida now. They're like invasive or something. I don't
Oh
know.
my God. There might be open season, guys. Just saying.
But that is a magnificent animal, Miss Fins. I've been
I
watching them
seen them.
outside my window like for months and months, and like they're just really, really far more interesting a creature than I ever thought an Egyptian goose would be. These things are magnificent, Miss Fins. I equate these guys right here to like bald eagles. Like they
Don't
are
ever
really,
disrespect.
really.
Don't ever disrespect my
No,
national
I'm
bird
saying
like
like,
that, dude.
did you know that Ben Franklin wanted to make the national wanted to put a turkey on the official seal of the United States
A
instead of an
turkey?
eagle? Yeah, a turkey
I'm not
feeding,
surprised.
or it was a pelican feeding three babies is what it was.
I'm not surprised. Isn't there a state that has that already?
I don't know, but
Maybe.
this to me is the animal right here. If it ain't a bald eagle, it's the Egyptian goose. They
It
made
literally has the name Egyptian, bro. That'll
so
never be the
so
American bird.
it's only called an Egyptian goose because that's its classification. They are indigenous to everywhere around the world, and they don't all come from Egypt. It just happens to be where they found them and where they named them, the species. Whoever, when they first found them, they were in Egypt. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they migrated to other places, but
No,
they're
no,
originally
no. They're all
from
over the
Egypt.
world. They just happen to be identified in Egypt the first time they were identified. Nobody brought them to
They're
America. They
Egyptians.
were always
They're
here.
Egyptians. They're Egyptians then.
Anyway, they don't fly like north or south for winter or nothing. They just hang out, but they're highly
They're
territorial.
definitely Floridians.
They're highly territorial, and they're monogamous. They mate for life. So the pair that are outside my window, uh, the male has to fight off all the other geese like all the time. It's his whole job, and they have like gladiatorial combats, like across the street in the field. They'll form circles and go at, and two of them will go at each other in the middle. I'm not lying to you, Miss Vins.
You need to record that, dude, and bring it
Oh,
up
it's
next time.
fantastic. It's absolutely the most fascinating thing I've ever witnessed. Like just over the last few months, just watching the whole thing play out like it's a wildlife
I
show.
haven't seen them down here, so they must be staying in Palm
I
Beach then,
even
because I have not seen them
I
down here.
even named the couple that's hanging out here. It's Amun and Nefertiti because they're Egyptian
Moon,
geese. You know what I mean?
I
Like what?
know, but you know who Nefertiti is. Come on,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
Anaxunamun.
Yeah, exactly. Amun is the alpha male in this whole squat
Of
in this
course,
whole.
Nefertiti is the daughter of the pharaoh
I
anyway,
know, but
so
I'm saying
it
in this
wouldn't make
whole
no sense.
gaggle of geese that's around here, he's the alpha. He's the alpha over like hundreds of geese, Miss Fins, and they all challenge him, and he takes them all out. And you know what's funny? He don't even fly over there. If they start to get a little migrate, start to get a little close to where his woman is and his babies, he'll walk over there. He'll literally march over there. Exactly, Miss Fins. Exactly like that. He will march over there, run them off, make them fly off. He'll fly to make them run them off. And do you think he'll fly back to Nefertiti? No. He walks, struts all the way back there. And it's like, and he'll even stop and he'll go chase him back, like, because some of them will come up behind. Exactly. It's so funny to watch. And it's like and you're talking about a distance like way across the street in the other side of the neighborhood where he'll walk over there to run him off his land. You know what I mean? Like he's claimed this whole area. It's just like a lion pride. It's the craziest thing I've ever
That's
seen.
so adorable. I like that. But you know what's funny? That's human nature. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is 1000% human nature.
Well, here's the thing.
That's how we are. That's how it's supposed to be.
Have you ever seen that video of the bald eagle uh march like strutting along and it's playing the Team America music in the background? You ever see that?
America!
Yeah.
Heck yeah!
You seen
To
the
the
meme I'm
law.
talking about? Right. That's exactly what this goose looks
Oh,
like walking across
that
the street.
evil.
I swear to you, Miss Fins, that's exactly what he looks like walking across the street. Just like that eagle. He's all like, I
And
mean,
the
he's
fact that the
so,
eagle comes out here, puts on the flipping aviator, so I'm like,
oh
ah,
yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
my bird.
He stops to salute the flag and then he holds it. He's all like, he's like holding it close.
I'm telling you, man, America, heck yeah. And I'm like, he just keeps popping out with like so many different guns. And I'm like, dude, I
So,
love your stash.
so they never
Oh,
used to be around, but I moved back from Missouri. I was living in Missouri for like 11 years and I moved back here. And next thing you know, they're all around. The first time I encountered them, I thought they were just a new species of duck, but they're not ducks. I
they're
looked it up. I
geese.
used Google Lens and it told me it was an Egyptian goose. So I'm like, okay, they're geese. The first time I encountered them, I was at a Denny's down the road, and this Denny's has a duck infestation, like the ducks you're talking about, the ugly ones that poop everywhere, and you know what I mean.
They're not ugly. They're adorable.
Well, they're not Egyptian
They're
geese.
just
You know what I
common.
mean? They're just, right. The common Florida duck, right? But this Denny's has like a whole family of them, right? By hanging out by the garbage can, all that stuff, right? And one day I'm out there, I'm out in the parking lot having a cigarette after
How
breakfast,
about that, Joe?
and I watched this group, about 5 of these geese right here, slowly walk up to this group of ducks like they were minding their own business, and then all at once bum rushed the whole group of ducks and ran them off the canal bank they were chilling on. Never seen anything like that. Like right here in like town, you know what I mean? Like Like these geese don't care. They're like, whatever. Build concrete jungles. We'll take them over too.
I hope you come
I
for me,
love this
sir,
animal.
ma'am.
I have never knew. I mean, 40 something years old in my life, I never even heard of an Egyptian goose. It is one of my favorite animals. It's my spirit animal now.
Yo, you realize that we've been talking about
I
birds
know.
for the last like 15, 20
Unfortunately,
minutes, bro?
unfortunately,
What's
prayers
up,
out
man?
to the other alpha. The alpha goose at the front of the neighborhood, he got ran over. So his old lady had to raise a whole batch of kids on her own. But shout out to her because she did
Damn,
it, man.
single
She did it,
motherhood.
Miss Phins. I walked by one night. It was like midnight, and the moon was out, and it was all, and it was like casting shadows everywhere. And the body of the carcass of the goose was had still laying where it was at, and she was across this little pond, right, standing up tall and proud, head straight up, all her little kids around, all the little goslings around, right? Just like it was like in her shadow, you could see her shadow. It was like, yo, these geese are champed out. She is going to raise these kids on her own. She understands what happened and she is taken right over because even with these two, even with Amun and Nefertiti will go after some of the iguanas if they get too close to the kids. You know what I mean? Like she'll attack them too.
The iguanas? Nah, I don't
Oh
believe
yeah,
that.
they'll run off the iguanas. Yeah, because the iguanas eat their eggs and all that.
Have a duck family in the parking lot at Wegman. Stop parking every day. It's funny that you meant that you name them like that's
Well,
interesting. You
it
have like a
became
whole
obvious that
community.
it was the same couple of geese and that he was very serious about maintaining his territory. So I figured I'd name them
Dude,
since
you
they've been
record
around.
that and put
They've
that
been
up on
around.
your
They've already
channel
had
and voice
Miss Fins
voice record it, dude. That'd be amazing.
just since I've met them. She's already had 4 batches of kids, and they have them all season, no matter what season it is. That's all he does is go fight them and
Protect,
come back and do the thing
protect,
with her. You know what I mean?
and multiply. Protect and
Yeah, that's his
multiply.
whole day is going and running off the other geese and then coming back to her.
That's beautiful, man. But let's get back to this game because obviously it's
Oh,
stirring up some stuff.
one more thing.
Go ahead.
In all the batches of kids they've had, I've seen her give birth to like 4 batches already, right? Amun and her are so champed out. They have never, ever lost one gosling. Like I keep count. I count when they walk by with a new batch. I count them, right? Through their whole life cycle, from the time they're little guys to the time where Amun and Nefertiti are watching them take their first flight down the canal, right? Where they grow up into teenagers to the point where Amun has to run them off too,
Dude, you need to record this and
right?
have someone voice
In
over
all
that, man.
that time, I've never seen them lose one gosling, which is very good. Like the thing about being in Florida is with the ducks, alligators, largemouth bass even will take a duckling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Amun hasn't lost one kid, not one.
He's a big man in campus, man.
They just don't
What's
mess
up,
with him.
Lakeisha?
You know what I mean? They
Is
just don't
is
mess
is
with him.
is Tua still on the team? Yes, he is. And
I'm,
look what Joe says. Why is Color not streaming his own nature program outside right now?
I know, right? Because there's time left, Joe. There's
You could
plenty
you
of
could be
time
like
left.
that whole like the wildebeest, like that,
I
like
haven't
the
got bored enough.
Aussies. That'd be great. See you, Sal. Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you. The wildebeest, you know what I mean? Like you gotta have your own channel. I'm just saying, add it to your channel and make it like its own series. That'd be great.
I'm going to become
A
an
great off
Egyptian
season
goose
stream.
expert, and people are going to be like, "Where'd you go to college?" What are you talking about? College? I've
YouTube
been in the
you.
field. I've been in the
YouTube you.
I've been in the field. I'm
That's
like
so funny.
I'm like what's her name? The gorilla lady or the chimpanzee lady? What was her name?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Jane Goodall or something or
All I know is the Crocodile Dundee. Like
like
that's it.
Born Free. You ever see Born Free? You never seen Born Free? Oh, Miss Finch, you got to watch Born Free, man. It's a little older
But
a movie, but it still plays.
Hooked Up Joe and Joe Risser saying, "Listen, you can fill in the TFTD time with this whole, while he makes his new sheets." Yo,
Well, I could be doing color shows too, but
yeah, bro.
I've been hurting lately.
Listen. I had to take off last week. I literally did Monday, and then my body just did not want to work with me the entire week. I was gone on, dude. I just couldn't even do it. But I'm glad I'm back and I'm better. But yes, dude, you clearly have a passion for it. Why not? When are we going to find that top flight QB? Look, I don't know, man. I want him. I want him. Trust me. The public
Top
commercials are driving me
flight.
crazy here in the chat room. That's the only way I can get 0.002 cents per view. Crazy Dolphin. I'm sorry, man, but I get it. That's the only way I
Pop
get
up
any revenue.
commercials.
Unless you guys get, yeah, because the YouTube puts in the commercials. Unless you guys give donations and whatever to the channel, like the ad revenue, which is literally cents per show. And when I say cents, I literally mean 0.002
You know
cents.
why they do that, Miss Vince?
Like it's nothing, dude.
Because
And it's like,
they're trying to get you. You have a
well,
choice. You could either let them send Mr. Polk a bunch of advertisements all show, or you could advertise for them and explain to Mr. Polk the benefits of having a YouTube premium subscription, which will eliminate the ads and we get a cut of the premium subscriber money. I don't know if
there
you
you
knew that.
go.
I don't know
There
if you
you
knew that
go. See? I had no
because
idea.
the people getting YouTube Premium aren't watching ads, but that means we get a cut. Like you as a monetized YouTuber get a cut of people's subscription money. So either way, whether you watch the ads and Miss Finns gets the peanuts from that, or whether you buy a YouTube Premium subscription for a monthly and she gets the peanuts from that, it's up to you whether you want to see the ads or not. Now, me telling you all that just
Yeah.
now is free advertisement for YouTube. So it was just effectively the same thing as a pop up ad. Sorry about that.
No worries. Like, listen, I'll tell you this. It's the only way, man. Like, literally, right now, we're in the 15th day of the month. And I think I've made like not even $7. I'm not even lying to you. I was like, oh well, I'll take it.
I'd have to ask El Cap because I haven't looked
I
at the
don't.
metrics.
Yeah.
I haven't
Like
looked
it's
at the metrics in a
literally
long time, but I don't know
it's crazy.
what
It
you get
happens all
more
the
from.
time.
I don't know if your cut from the YouTube subscriptions is more than your
I
ad
don't.
revenue. I don't know.
I don't know how all of
They're
them
both peanuts.
works.
You
To
know
be
what I
honest,
mean?
it's literally 0.002%. Like it's nothing. So I'm like,
Which
hey, when
would
you
be
guys want to
something.
bless the
It would
channels,
actually be something if that was
I'll take
Bitcoin. If
it.
it was 0.00034 Bitcoin, it'd be something.
Man, I'll take it in a heartbeat. Heck, at this point, I'll take
That's like
Doge
$40.
coins. It might as well be Doge coins. I'll take them too. Whatever, you know. But yeah, it's just the only
Well,
way that we
one
really can get like.
Bitcoin is $100,000, Miss Vince.
Well, of course, I get that.
Right.
I
So like
understand.
$40 worth of Bitcoin is like 0.0000 something or other.
Yeah,
But
but that $40
that's how
will
they
probably end up
actually
being
deal in
like
it.
80,
Right. But
$80 later.
right, but that's how they actually deal in it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But this is the last game, guys. This is the game that everybody wants to watch. Way better than any other game, guy. This is, to me, the Super Bowl representative for the AFC will be either the Ravens or the Bills. And right now, Culler, give him the numbers, sir.
Mm. Ravens favored by 1 in Buffalo. That means they're really favored by 4. Um, Over under 51.5. I could see that happening with the fact that Josh Allen likes to score a lot of points, and so does the Ravens when they're on a roll, which they will be on a roll because Derrick Henry is just firing on all cylinders. So is Lamar. And I think that's the difference that overcomes Buffalo does not have a Derrick Henry. So even if, you know, on any other game, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen could win and destroy anybody without a Derrick Henry, they can't destroy each other without a Derrick Henry. And unfortunately for Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson has the Derrick Henry. So, yeah, that's who's going to be the difference in the game. I say it's by that 1 point. I think I'm going to take the under on the points, though, and go 26-25. Half point under.
No way. 26-25. But who's winning, though?
Ravens.
Who's winning? Ravens? You got the Ravens for real, though?
Yeah,
You
for
don't think
real.
the Bills you don't think that they have any shot at the Bills winning?
I did. What do you mean, any shot? I said 26-25, not 26 nothing. Whatever the ratio of 26 to 25 is the percentage of a chance that Buffalo has, in my opinion. ESPN probably has Buffalo winning. What do you think?
That's crazy. Okay, so let me show you the numbers. You
Oh, I
can't
was
get no,
right by
I, bro.
one,
You're right. You're
by
right. You
one
can't get
percentage
more
point,
like 50,
or a
50.
half a
You know what I mean?
percent.
Look, he just says the Ravens. Great, Mr. Polk says the Ravens too. Joey says I'm going shamelessly trolling Bill fans. If they if they do, what up, Louis? Mr. Dominguez, how you doing, sir? Come on, Lamar Henry beat those Bills agreements fans. I think the winner of this game reps the AFC in New Orleans. Exactly. I really truly believe so. I know that the Chiefs and Texans, obviously everybody expects the Chiefs to win it, but I truly believe they're gonna be so battle tested, whether it's the Bills or the Ravens, that they're gonna be able to go over. And if they do end up playing Kansas City, they're going to be able to beat Kansas City. So that's why I say whoever wins
Well,
this particular game will go to Kansas City and they will go ahead and beat them. So yeah,
well, that
AB says
that
Lamar's
that
out of
half a
all
percent,
excuses.
that half a percent that ESPN analytics is basing it on, I suspect is the fact that there's that half a percent chance that Lamar Jackson has one of those days. You know what I mean? Like where he just doesn't do anything and he's totally ineffective. He does have
That's the
those
only way.
days.
I think that's the only way they lose. They lose
Right.
if Lamar doesn't Lamar. Like that's
Right.
the only way I feel like they lose. If he doesn't Lamar, they lose. And they
But
actually
I
got it
think
at
Lamar is tired of
49.7.
having those games though, Miss Phins. I think he's gonna will his way through it this time and step up.
Okay, guys. So I know that Zay Flowers is out last game. It looks like Zay Flowers should be available. He is questionable for this game. Zay Flowers is questionable for this game. Honestly, I think he's gonna end up playing, in my opinion. Is he fully out? I mean, I could take a look at the injury report.
Only question I have about him is 1 or 2 touchdowns.
I'll tell you this. So Friday, guys, I'm doing the game preview to this particular game because it's still a divisional game. I'm breaking this game. Uh, I'm breaking this game down just like I do the Dolphins, where I tell you where their offenses, their defenses, how those matchups will work versus each other, and all of that will be in detail on Friday for the game preview. So come and watch that show. But in my opinion, I think that he will be playing this game. Now, I could be wrong. Obviously, he could have a setback and maybe not even make it. But I personally do think that he will be um making this game.
Sorry, I had to go put that bag of Cheetos away. So who do you got, Miss Fins? I missed it. Oh, you're not. Oh, you made a cliffhanger, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did. So look, Zay
Oh,
Flowers. Here it is. Flowers knee wasn't on the field for practice Wednesday, which is today, according to Cordell Woodlands of the Fan. That sucks. You missed my Isaiah Likely joke. Oh, let me see. Flowers and Likely out. Oh,
oh, wow.
that's a good one. That's a good one. I love Isaiah Likely, by the way, but no, no, no. For me, I personally think. Listen, guys, I got the Ravens winning this game. Okay. But the reason why I got the Ravens winning this game is because I do agree with what you were saying about, Lamar and being effective and things like that. He's gonna have to not not mess up, obviously. But if you take a look at this game, it's gonna be outside. It's gonna be 16 degrees. It's gonna be cold. This is going to be one of the hardest games that Lamar will ever play in his life
All
because
right.
this is for an opportunity for him to go into the into Buffalo in an extremely cold game. Is he gonna Tua himself or is he gonna Lamar Jackson himself? Is he
Uh,
gonna take advantage of the opportunity and actually lead his team and not be a reason why his team loses? And for me, this particular game, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think Lamar's gonna have to be the deciding factor for them to win. We all know that Derrick Henry's gonna win. He's gonna go out. He's gonna do his thing. Expect the Bills to go ahead and try to stop them. But more than that, you're gonna get it on Friday when I do the game preview, guys. That's all I'm giving away.
womp womp
But as
womp.
far as the record, I would say I do think this is gonna be a lower score game. I think it's gonna be in the 20s too. I think it's gonna be more of a 20, like a 23-20 Ravens win. I think that's what it's gonna be. 23-20 Ravens win. It's gonna be low scoring, so I'm taking the under, but this is gonna be a really good game. And guys, again, whoever wins this game, in my opinion, will end up making it to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC. And I think that's gonna be great. Just like if we're gonna go into the NFC, I think whoever wins out of these two games, I think it's gonna end up having to. They might struggle versus the Super Bowl uh champs, the Rams, in my opinion, for the NFC. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna be sweating bullets the entire time watching those games. Like those two games, like Commanders and Lions, Saturday night, 8 p.m. I can't wait to watch it. And then your Saturday evening game, Sunday evening game at 6:30 will be Bills and Ravens, and that's gonna be an insane game. But let me tell you something. I'm not surprised if the Bills somehow magically make it happen and they
Uh-huh.
win, obviously. But I still got the Ravens. I picked them in the off season to represent the AFC, just like I picked the Lions to represent in the NFC. So those are my two Super Bowl match. Like that's a Super Bowl matchup I picked prior to, and I stuck it out throughout the entire year. So I'm hoping that it ends up happening. I'm telling you, I think that's gonna be a fun game to go ahead and watch. So we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, oh man, this is gonna be fun.
Is
Hooked
it
Up Joe
already
says,
over?
I think Ravens by 2.5. Yeah, it's over, man. It's over.
What?
80% of you guys said you think that the Ravens are gonna win. 20% of you guys said Bills are gonna win, which is funny because I have a lot of Bills fans too. So I don't know. I guess only the Bills fans believe it. If it's Rams, Lions, Stafford, Golf, who were traded for each other, that would be bunkers. I'm not gonna lie. If that were the case, That Rams versus Lions, I'm still going for the Lions because that's the team that I'm riding with. Like AFC is Ravens, NFC is Lions. But that would be insane. Can you imagine the worst case scenario for Jared Goff is to not only face his opposing team in the Super Bowl, but also lose to them again? Nah, man, he can't be taking those L's. He's going to have to outperform if that's the case. But that would be such an insane matchup. Can you imagine? But I think it would be a fairy tale story if they did meet up and it ended up being that the Lions win their first ever. That would be such a slap in the face to Matthew Stafford, being that he pretty much played his entire career with Megatron. I think he did like what 12, 15 years with the Rams.
Mhm.
Never won anything. Or I think it was no, sorry. I think it was between 9 and 12 years with the Rams that he did, and then the last 4 years he's been with the 9 to 12 years with the Lions with Megatron, and then obviously got traded to the Rams. That would be insane if by some chance the Lions ended up winning with Jared Goff, who got just thrown away like garbage. Man, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yes, it would. Did you go quiet again?
Yeah, I went quiet because I have disrespectful people in the house, so.
Oh, oh.
Why does Lamar need Derrick Henry? I thought Lamar could put his team on his back, unlike Tua. Lamar does put his team on his back. The man won two MVPs doing that and took his team to the divisional round prior to. So what are you talking about, dude? Like, what's going on here?
Mhm.
What you're like you are the super Tua lover that just really you were left at the altar with Tua and you just don't want anyone else to shine but Tua. Oh man, there's help out there, AB. I'm telling you, the man only talks about everyone else except Tua. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your wild card weekend recap, your divisional round review. Oh, let's do our impact players. I kind of already did mine, so it's your turn. Let's go. What do you? I already got Joe Mixon for you. So you tell me who do you got as far as the rest of your guys?
Quarterback, Matt Stafford. Easy.
Running back Joe Mixon. Then you need wide receiver, tight end, defense one and two.
Wide, the widest receiver of them all, the widest of the receivers of all of them. Um, let's see who needs to have a good game to win. I don't think a wide receiver is going to win. Going to be the reason anybody wins. To be honest with you, but let's see who do we got. Nothing there. Nothing worth it anyway. Blah, blah. Oh, I got one. Shakakir, 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 Shakakir.
Really, Shakir
Shakir.
for the Bills? That's who
Yeah,
you're picking?
yeah.
Okay. Tight
I
end?
guess I don't really know who else. I mean,
No, I mean, I get it. I'm gonna give you my list when I get a chance. When you're done.
uh, tight end, the guy from Detroit.
Laporta?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
he's
guy.
awesome. Okay. And defense one and two.
No, no, no. I'm going to take the tight end from Washington.
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
Forget his name, but it's some dude.
Commies. Okay.
No, no,
Defense
no,
one and
no, no, no. I'm going to go Isaiah Likely.
that's funny because I picked Mark Andrews.
Been a while since he's targeted Likely more than Andrews. This might be the game he needs to.
Maybe. It could be. And you're right, AB. I'm not telling you how to fan. You go ahead and cry and complain all you want, sir.
No, no, no. I'm going to
You,
pick Dalton King. No, I'm just kidding.
bro, I was about to cut you
I'm
off.
kidding.
I'm like, nope. You changed it 8 times already. No. Now, like you said, she brought up a point. I want to go ahead and talk about it, but in a second. Who's your defense one and two? So I can
It's
go
going to
ahead and
have
tell
to be
you.
the Chiefs for one of them. Uh, and then tell you what, the Ravens are going to have a. They're going to have to. Their defense is going to have to be something they haven't been in a while.
Good.
Because I'd say the Ravens probably have the worst defense out of the whole group that's left in the playoffs, and they're facing a guy that can really take advantage of bad defense.
So you pick Stafford, Mixon, Shakir, likely Chief- Chiefs, Ravens.
Correct.
Ravens. Okay, hold on. Okay, nice. And then I picked CJ Stroud, Saquon Barkley, Amon St. Brown, Mark Andrews, Ravens defense, and Texans defense.
Slim pickings. These are probably good fantasy lineups. There's so few players to pick from.
Honestly, if you were going to go ahead and do, how people do the parlays and whatever, these would be some key guys to focus
Yeah,
on
some
too, right?
anytime touchdown guys. Yeah, that's a good pool of anytime touchdowns.
Yeah. Now, like you just said, when Ross's daughter takes over the team, we will win a Super Bowl. Oh my God, I hope so. So she can fire everybody and just hire someone else. Because at this point, I just can't take this anymore
It'd be funny
as
if
a fan.
if it turned out she was like a huge football savant. You know what I mean? Like we don't even know, but she's like a real total like loves it and like
Immersed.
immersed herself in it her whole life, and we don't even know. She probably knows stuff we don't even know. You know what I mean?
That would be
That'd be
honestly,
cool.
that right there would be the awesomest thing ever. And all I'm saying is screw every other team. We're going to the Super Bowl. That's exactly how I feel. But man, ladies and gentlemen, that was an awesome show, obviously. With myself, Miss Phins, and my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary from the temporarily hiatus, the Fins tailgate. So
Who's
yeah,
getting
this is
married?
who's getting married?
And we got league wide weds. Who's getting married?
Wednesday.
Oh, oh, I'm sorry.
Wednesday. What's really?
Ah,
If I put Wednesday, it's gonna take off the whole thing. So no. We got Wednesday. Everybody knows that's the shorter version of Wednesday, okay? Gosh. But let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you
which
pick. Do
is
you
by itself
agree?
a shorter version of Woden's Day, which is a longer version of Odin's Day.
Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. But
That's why it has that weird spelling, Wednesday, because it actually was originally Woden's Day. Woden's Day is Woden,
in order for me to write it, I
the
still have to
Germanic
say
god.
Wednesday in order
Right.
for me to know how to write Wednesday.
Yeah. Like
Weird.
Woden's Day became Wednesday and then Wednesday eventually. Yeah.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You've
Saturday
got
is named
color.
after Saturn.
And we know that July is Julius. Obviously, Augustus for August. We know
Yeah.
this. March for I don't know. I forgot. January for Janarius. I think is his name. Um, February. I don't know. But yeah, June for who knows? Octavius, October, Doc Ock.
June is named after Juno
You don't know what you're talking
or the Junii
about?
clan. Yeah,
December for Tua.
and Tuesdays comes from Tears Day, which is the another Germanic Indo-European god Tyr, and Thursday is from Thor's Day, and Friday is Freya's Day. So, like half the names of our week
That's awesome.
come from Germanic or Norse gods.
Norse. Yeah,
Well,
Norse.
Norse
That's
originally
awesome.
Germanic. The Germanic Woden became Odin in the Norse, which is what we named Wednesday after. It's the same god. They just evolved. You know what I mean?
Thor's daddy, people. That's what he's saying. Thor's daddy, okay? Odin. like, that's the easiest way. We all know Marvel Universe. Come on, man.
And I think Tyr is actually the Zeus. Odin's not the main guy. He's just the one that's in control of everything.
He's the manager. Oh my god, it sucks. Oh my god. Which, by the way, fun fact,
Complicated.
my siblings and I are playing what is it? I think it's called Marvel Rivals. It's a video game. You can play it on Xbox, you can play it on PlayStation and across different game consoles and whatever. And it's actually a lot of fun. I've played as who have I played? The Punisher and also
Well, Thor's hammer is not near as strong as
Black Widow.
yeah,
So that's
Thor's
another
hammer
one.
is not near as strong as Mario's hammer in Donkey Kong.
You sure about that?
Yeah, that thing used to smash barrels. Remember? Oh yeah,
That
that's
is true.
true. That's true, Joe. It was actually quasi Viking because Viking is more of a profession or a synonym for pirate, really. But a Danish king named Harold Bluetooth is what Bluetooth technology is named after, because Nokia and Ericsson were
Oh yeah, Ericsson
the two companies.
is the son of
Right.
Ragnar.
Those 2 companies invented the Bluetooth technology, and as an homage to Harold Bluetooth, because, uh, Miss Phins, the history is that Harold Bluetooth, the Danish king, wa had was, like had a lot of, like he was, like, the main guy in the north of Europe, and his kingdom, like, controlled all of the commerce throughout that whole area. Like, Denmark was a big trading the king of
Yeah,
Den
that's where you get the Silk Road, you
r
know?
well, a lot of the stuff came into Denmark, and so the reason is because, Harold Bluetooth was a kind of a, all like a inclusive kinda person, and he kinda, like his port for his kingdom where everybody came to trade, he was able to he basically facilitated a lot of different peoples that spoke different languages to come to one place and trade with each other because you had translators and whatever else. So everybody from around the world could come there, and it was known as a hub. So he was called known as the great communicator because he facilitated different types of languages to talk to each other. A connector, exactly. So when they named Bluetooth technology after him, it was because Bluetooth itself is a protocol that allows other devices that don't use the same language to talk to each other wirelessly. Right, a mouse and a USB port aren't supposed to talk to each, like they use different programming. Like, so wirelessly bridging that, you have to have an intermediary to understand both languages so that it knows, so your computer knows what your mouth wants to do, what your mouse wants to do. Now you see the symbol there, right? So because they named it after him, When that symbol right there, when it's not connected, you have the first rune that is the symbol for the letter H, and the second rune is the symbol for the letter B. And when they're connected, when you're connected to something, the symbol is complete. The rune symbol is for HB, standing for Herald Bluetooth.
I'm telling you,
That little
Joe,
rune.
host up Joe said it this when you least expected an educational moment by color. We've had two, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Egyptian geese and also Bluetooth. Color, were you my tour in Denmark? That's funny. Oh
No,
man,
I
that's
just
hilarious.
I read this book about that time period, and it's real fascinating to find out like how much our world today is influenced by the Vikings. You know, it's just amazing. They like literally traveled all over the world and were involved with everybody's politics. Like they were mercenaries like way back before, like they were mercenaries for like the Byzantine, the Eastern Roman emperors and stuff. I mean, that's how far back they go. You know, like they've been
They
everywhere.
go way back. That's why I love watching all those shows, like the ones well made that are historically, inclined. Not, of course, they add
To
a little extra just to make it, entertaining. But
to me, they
but those shows,
represent.
I love.
To me, they represent humankind's thirst for exploration. You know, and you know, looking around that next corner. You know what I mean? Like we all have it in us. All Homo sapiens have it in us, but they're like the ones that exemplify that human characteristic. You know what I mean? Like they harness it.
I think it's awesome.
So they literally have been everywhere, and God knows how earlier they were than we even know in other places.
True,
I
true,
mean, I
true,
don't buy
true.
all the I don't buy into all the evidence they find and all that. I understand there's a big hoax with all that, but they did actually sail around the world a lot earlier than we realized. You know what I mean?
I mean, we also have to understand the water levels were much higher,
We still
back
haven't figured out.
before.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out who the mysterious boat people were that collapsed the Bronze Age in 1100 BC that tore up the Mediterranean coast by coast until the Egyptians stopped them. We still don't know who those mysterious boat people were. We have ideas, because the Egyptian pharaohs wrote about them and seemed to know who they were, but we don't know if that's who they were talking about. Until then, they're just known as the mysterious boat people. We're
Yeah,
talking about
well,
1100 BC, Misfits. You know what I mean? I ain't
that's
saying
awesome.
it, but dang, mysterious boat people. Wonder where they came from. I wonder how the non-mysterious boat people in the 10th century. I wonder how they knew that they could sail to the Mediterranean. You know, like
Because somebody was brave enough to get on a
somebody already
boat
did it.
and
Exactly.
just try to go
Somebody
ahead
sent
and like, well,
somebody
we're gonna hit
sent
something,
right.
so
Somebody traveled
let's
back home
try
with a
and do
map.
it.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Somebody was like, "Yo, I got this map that some 100-year-old Viking gave me." You know what I mean? What's the purpose of life? I don't
Look
know.
at AB
That's up
color.
to
What's
you
the
to
purpose of
decide,
life?
AB.
Exactly. I was gonna say the purpose of life is whatever you want it to be.
You could be a nihilist like Agent Smith. The purpose of all life is to end.
Well, three things. Three things we are guaranteed in life. Number one, everybody dies. We know this. Duh. Number two, time will always move forward. And
Wait a minute, we
no,
don't
four
know
of
that
them.
for sure.
Oh, well, for now at least. Number one, everybody dies. Number two, time moves forward. And number three, or it doesn't stop. And number three, taxes. The fourth one, we already know. Tua collapses in December. It is what it is.
Do you know how
There
do
you
you know
go.
how you know, Miss Fins, that the past still exists and the past is still going on? Do you know how you know?
How?
because we are somebody else's past and we're still alive.
Mind blown.
And we're also somebody's future.
Tis through. Tis through. And welcome to our educational evening. This is your night class, ladies and gentlemen. World history. Oh man, it's awesome. But I appreciate all you guys coming through, guys. Hit that like button, obviously, on your way in and out. Everybody catching the replay, thank you so much. Everybody on Twitter and Twitch, thank you so much for catching the show. Appreciate you. Guys, hit that like button. Come over here to YouTube. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs, guys. And the only way we can do that before the Super Bowl is with you guys. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Fins up. Thanks for the show. My pleasure, man. Thank you so much for coming through. Color, final thoughts, sir?
Yeah, somewhere down the road, the color that I'm the past of is watching the Dolphins win a Super Bowl right now.
I'm loving that. Also, too, out of the four matches, which one do you think it's gonna be? Which
The
is gonna
best
be
game,
the best game?
Rams and Commanders, maybe Bills Ravens, but Bills Ravens that has the potential if the Ravens don't get out the gate, that has the potential to be an ugly one. Even though I'm picking the
I
Ravens.
agree. I agree.
The Bills can always make it look ugly for anybody, and likewise, the Ravens can make it look ugly for the Bills. So I'm more likely to think with the heart going on with the Rams right now, and the heart going on with Jaden Daniels, that's likely to be the matchup right there. That's likely to be the game of the week.
The NFC. Oh, the NFC game or the
I'd say
total
the
game of
game
the
of the
week.
week in general. You know, although I'm more of a fan of like the Ravens and Bills game. You know what I mean?
But
But
remember, it's Commanders, Lions,
I'm
Rams,
thinking,
Eagles,
yeah, Rams and who the Rams playing?
Eagles.
Eagles. Never mind. Commanders Lions.
Okay, that's gonna be the best
I don't
game
know
of the
why I
of the
thought it
week.
was Rams and Lions.
If they meet in the NFC Championship, then it'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, that's what I had that thought in my head from the Stafford revenge idea. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was still stuck in queue, and my
I get
brain
it.
has a queue, Miss.
I
Things
think
get stuck in there.
I think because it's a divisional game for us, you know what I mean? I think the best game and we have such a history with Ravens, you know what I mean? And with the Bills that's gonna end up
Yeah,
having
that's the
be
game I'm more
the
interested in
game,
seeing.
yeah,
But
that I'm
but
most interested in
what
seeing.
what's going to turn out to
Um
be the slobber knocker is going to
I
be
think it's gonna
that
be it's
Lions
gonna be
game. Yeah.
the Lions Commanders game. I agree. Chiefs Texans. That's gonna probably be the
That
worst,
could turn out to be all
most
right,
boring.
though. You never know. That could turn out to be all right. If both defenses show up
Have you
and even
watched the
Patrick
Chiefs
Mahomes
all
is looking
season,
as
bro?
bad as CJ Stroud, that could turn into
Dude,
an
have
interesting
you
game.
watched the Chiefs all season?
I have.
Somebody did a split of the records. What if the one score games, if they would have gone the other way, Chiefs would have been 6-11, bro.
Right, right.
6-11.
That's what I was mentioning the other night about our 1-15
Crazy.
season. If you remember how many games we were close in that season, like we could have actually been like 10-6 that year if like
Literally.
just a handful of games went the other way instead of it's like we just couldn't win.
Exactly. But
You know what happened to Cam Cameron the very next year after we fired him, right?
what happened?
He became the offensive coordinator under John Harbaugh in Baltimore and won a Super Bowl. No, I'm sorry, got to the AFC Championship game. A couple years later, won the Super Bowl with them.
God, that just hurts me so much,
I
man.
know. He add him to the list. The guy that took us 1-15, the one that we hate because of that. Like, oh, he's trash. Well, he's got a ring.
Maybe he needed a little bit more than just one
Yeah,
freaking season.
yeah, he's got a ring.
Anyways, my
First
final thoughts,
year with
guys.
them went to the AFC Championship game.
That's ridiculous. My final
Rocking with
thoughts,
Joe Flacco.
and that's the part that makes it worse, man. He made Joe Flacco literally look like Montana,
So
prime
it just
Montana.
reminds you, Miss Finns, that football is about so much more than us fans make it out to be. There is so much more involved in winning a championship than just, oh, that guy, or whether you could build a team to carry a guy like Joe Flacco. Why do people say that about Joe Flacco? The guy, it don't matter if he threw for a zillion yards. He did what he needed to do. Yeah, their defense was good, so his job was easier. So what? You know, take Joe Flacco off that team and they don't win a Super Bowl. Sorry to tell you. It requires, it's not that it requires everybody that was there. It's that after you get the result of the win, you have to say, take one person off that team and they don't win that Super Bowl. I mean, it is what it is. You can say the same. It's the same with every team. Is Flacco as good as the upper echelon quarterbacks? No, but to say he got carried, Blake Bortles got carried. Did he win a championship? No. Could they ever have hope of overcoming a bad penalty on their defense, an unfair penalty? No. It's Blake Bortles.
Honestly, that's hilarious. You know what frustrates me? I love that Jacksonville that year, man. They had, oh god, even with Blake Bortles, what pissed me off about that game, that AFC Championship, yo, it was stolen from them.
Oh, yeah. We all know it.
That everybody knew it. Everybody's like, what? It was so bad and so obvious. I'm like, finally, this franchise that never goes nowhere,
But
they're
when
gonna
you
be
rocking
able.
Blake Bortles, who's going to argue? Who's going to say, "Oh, it was the refs"? No, you got Blake Bortles. You don't even have a leg to stand on blaming the refs. Even though you and I both know that's what happened, you see what I'm saying, Miss Fins? If they had anybody but Blake Bortles, you could be like, yeah, they got that stolen from them. But I mean, Blake Bortles had an entire season to make sure that they weren't facing Tom Brady that day.
Y'all room for us Texans against the team. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
I will be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
listen.
don't even
I
care for
still
y'all,
take the
but I'd still
Chiefs,
root for you over the
but
Chiefs.
I'm rooting hard for the Texans.
I love Joe
Oh my
Mixon.
god. And I love CJ Stroud.
Y'all got the guy. I don't know how much Trayvon is coming around, but Trayvon, Joe Mixon is the greatest name that's ever existed.
He's in love with Joe Mixon,
It works
guys.
for
Just so you know.
everything, man. Everything. It's
Senator
the
Joe
best.
Mixon.
It's the best football name. It's the best running back name. It's the best everything name. Championship Olympic gold medalist curler Joe Mixon. It works for everything, bro. Senator Joe Mixon, as Miss Fins alluded to.
Hmm.
Dr. Joe Mixon. Esquire.
We're
I
just
mean,
adding degrees to
how
this
about this
man.
one? The law offices of Joe Mixon. You don't
That's
he
so
don't
good.
even need a partner. You know what I mean? It's like the law offices of Joe Mixon.
Shout out to Joe Mixon. Yeah,
It works
man.
for everything, man.
He loves Joe Mixon. Like
It's
that
just a
is.
great name. I don't know why. It's a great name. When you hear a name like Joe Mixon, you pay attention. You're just like, that guy is gonna say something. That guy's gonna do something great.
Oh, I think that's hilarious, man. I think it's hilarious.
Now, all of our audience and Finns fans have heard this a dozen times, but since Texans fan in the house, I had to let everybody know again what I feel about Joe Mixon's name.
It's the
Hey, I'm
greatest
not
ever,
capping
man.
either. It really does work for everything.
Hey, real quick, because it is Dolphins related. Did you see who just declared for the NFL draft?
No.
Quinn Ewers
Oh yeah.
out of Texas.
Is his last name Mixon?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Written by Joe Mixon. Illustrated by Joe Mixon. Yeah, so I'm rooting for Joe.
Oh, apparently Ben Johnson. I'm getting this news. Apparently Ben Johnson told the Bears he's not looking to coach coach for the Bears because he doesn't want to go against the Lions. It
Uh-huh.
looks like the
That's
hottest
funny.
team that might be getting him is going to be the Raiders, guys. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be very interesting, to be honest with you. That's gonna be very interesting. I'm just saying that would be interesting. Also, too, it looks like the Jets might have found their head coach. It looks like Aaron Glenn is wanting to be the head coach for
Oh,
the
yay.
Jets. That's another story too. Obviously, it's NFL wise. Don't be mad at me, bro. That's what the NFL is at. That's what's happening. Like, okay. Also, too, the question burning in everybody's mind is Justin Herbert, or did Justin Herbert prove Tua is better in playoff loss? I don't know how when Justin Herbert has at least played in two playoff games. As I mean, I don't get this, but people are still gonna, say what they say. I guess, you know what I mean. What else can you say? But it's interesting, man. It is very much interesting. I don't even know what to say. And apparently, it just I'm seeing this on my timeline. But I didn't want to I don't want to post it. Let me see if I can hear it first. Somebody asked Lamar. Let me hear it real quick. Apparently, he's looking about that interception return he got in one of his playoff games that he didn't obviously like. We'll see. We'll see what Lamar has for the Dolphins, lady. I mean, for my bad. For the Bills, that'll be crazy enough. Also, too, there might be some rumors that Tyreek might be traded to the Ravens, ladies and gentlemen. That's another one that's out there. These are just rumors. Relax, don't come for me. I'm just saying, okay? If Color starts a novel series, we know the character's name. Tua Mixon.
Oh, yeah.
Joe's a strong name, in my opinion. I'll pass on yours. Really? Raiders is a depth traps. Oh, it
I'm
could
gonna
be.
write a book. I'm gonna write a biography about Joe Mixon, and it's gonna be called "In the Mix."
Well, that's actually not bad. In the mix is, or on the mix. A mix in.
No, here's an even better one. Mixing it up.
Approved. Absolutely approved. I like that one. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Anyways, dude, we're about to be 3 hours into this. Um, guys, should be a fun weekend to watch. Have fun, everybody. Be blessed. Take care of all your stuff. Stay healthy. Color. Feel much better. Mixologist. Mixonomist. Mixona. Mixologist. Maybe. Maybe. I do not mind, ladies and gentlemen. It's Happy National Hat Day for the MLB. A lot of people are putting their favorite hats. Okay. Oh, I got a hat if it's national. Oh, damn. Well, obviously I got a hat, but I have to disassemble my whole
My Cardinals
situation
hat
for
is
it.
all
So,
beat up. I need to get a new one.
but yeah. Anyways, guys, this is Miss Finn Sam. Miss Finn, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through League Wide Wednesday, guys. You can catch it Wednesday nights during the regular season at 8 p.m. Eastern with myself, Mr. Color Commentary, and I mean with myself, Miss Fins, and my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary. We do recaps, reviews, impact players. We have a lot of fun, guys. Come, stay tuned every week Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., guys. Sounds too much like Nixon. I am not a crook. That's cute. But, guys, thank you so much for coming through. Take care. Be blessed. And we will see you guys. At least, League by Wednesday. We'll see you next week, Wednesday. But tomorrow, you will catch Misfits in the morning, completely tearing up the Miami Dolphins. Come check that out tomorrow morning, live. Check your local listings. Take care, guys, and bye-bye. Say bye, Color.
Good evening.
It's not. It's
I didn't want to
nighttime right
interrupt
now.
your flow. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. I thought you were about to cut it.
Yeah, but I forgot that I had to say, have you say goodbye too.
You
So
always end
goodbye.
with bye bye. So
I know.
I wasn't gonna step on that.
I'll redo it. I'll redo it. Go ahead. Say goodbye and then.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.